Nick, what the fuck?
Hello everyone, welcome back to Super Fun Time Japan
What the
Time
fuck are you
Time,
talking about?
episode 78.
Nick,
The date is currently 7/27/2019, also known as July 27th, 2019. That's the date the podcast is being recorded at. The time the podcast is being recorded at is 11:35 p.m. Per Iggy's request, I've said the name of the podcast and the date the podcast is being recorded on in the podcast, and per
holy
my
shit,
own
you fucking suck.
wanting to,
Holy shit, I have a
I also
question
said
though.
the
Shut the
time
fuck
the
up.
podcast is being recorded at.
I have a question. Fucking hate you. Alright, cool.
Okay.
Now you're fucking done. How long does it take you to do your fucking dailies and your fucking regalia?
In Dragalia?
Yeah.
That was what you were going to ask?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so the
It's
daily...
like, I just noticed the time, it's like 11:30, so I feel like he probably roughly did it, because it can't take more than 30 minutes, but, you know, it takes some amount
I
of
mean,
time.
the dailies are Avenue to Power, Avenue to Fortune, Elemental Ruins, Dragon Trials, and Imperial Onslaught. But you can just...
Yeah.
I'm far enough into the game where I can just auto-battle those. So it takes me like 10, maybe 15 minutes if I'm like too passively doing it.
But on average, on 1 minute of fucking actual clicking.
Yeah, about that.
Okay.
In any case, the reason Mega is not here is that he hurt his back at work and he wants to relax it. And the reason that Ian is not here is that here is the conversation I just had with him. Podcast, ? He responds, dude, it's 11:30. I have work at 6 a.m. Why did it take this long? I respond, Iggy was sleeping. Ian responds, I figured, but I can't participate now because it took too long and I have work in the morning. And yes, I watched the anime. I respond, okay. He responds, 2 episodes. Why the hell were they an hour each? I respond, movie specials, I guess.
I think they might have. I don't know. I'm gonna do some.
They're releasing it as a fucking episodic series now, but
no, hold on. I just want to know something before I say something stupid.
But originally, they were released as movie specials, I'm assuming.
Okay, so yeah. So the reason why we had a fucking recap in between each is because they each were released within 6 months of each other.
Yeah, not all at once, or not like a week apart or whatever. So which
makes sense as to why they were an hour and as to why they had a fucking 10-minute recall of what the fuck happened.
Yeah. Which, mind you, they do extend the length of the movie to compensate. You know.
They do.
But anyway, we'll talk about that later. By the way, I watched all of it. Chris watched all of it. You watched...
What episode?
Yeah, first episode.
Was anyone expecting anything different? Let's be honest.
Who doesn't like a good Gundam show?
This is where, if this were The Office, from my understanding of The Office, it would pan to someone's fucking deadpan face. And that is the joke.
I suppose so.
Humor.
Humor?
Humor.
Well, anyway, it's back to the big 3, the original, the triad, the trilogy.
So what are you playing, Chris?
Fucking EDF, boy.
Fine, of course he is.
I was in the middle of a fucking Magic game when the fucking podcast started. Wouldn't like to know that was happening.
Well, I mean...
podcast, or Magic. You're doing in Magic.
Once I call you into this secondary room...
No, that has never been established.
It's guaranteed to start at that point.
It's already established.
I'm gonna establish my fist into your face.
Cool, do it, fucking do it.
You can try. My address is
Kunai with chain.
Next time you fucking...
zip code.
Kunai with chain.
Next time you die, ain't Phoenix down in your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's that topical conversation? Yes, we have been playing Final Fantasy. Nice of you to notice.
For roughly, what was it, 3-4 hours?
Oh, you for 3-4 hours.
Oh, okay. Did you level a samurai?
I did level a samurai.
All the way to 50?
Well, I got a samurai to 51, and I got a white mage up to like 10. Well, conjurer, I guess.
Yeah.
The samurai is pretty damn easy, by the way. You might think, wow, leveling a character from 1 to 50, 51 specifically, is insane, considering it took us like half a month to get from 1 to 50 normally,
I mean,
and that was doing story quests and shit, right?
yeah.
Turns out, I think most of these fucking extra DLC classes just start at 50.
I believe Machinist does at least.
Yeah, so that was easy.
Mm-hmm.
Woo me.
Good job. By the way, the reason that we're playing it is because Shadowbringers came out, and we liked playing through the base story, but we didn't continue because we hit level cap, and we didn't buy the expansion because Shadowbringers was going to come out within like a few months, and we didn't want to have to, buy the expansion for 40 and then buy the expansion again when whatever was in that expansion at the time would have been just included in Shadowbringers. So we waited. Shadowbringers finally came out. Iggy did not have the funds at release, or I think we were sidetracked with PoE actually.
That happened too.
Yeah. But anyway, Iggy finally got the funds to play Shadowbringers, and so we began playing.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's enjoyable. They changed up Summoner to be a lot more active in its playstyle.
I guess we're just talking about this now.
Yeah.
I figured this would be a week.
Like, before, you would put on your dots and then just spam Ruin and, like, throw on you debuffs every now and then. Like, your summon would just automatically attack, so it didn't really do anything with that. But now I have 2 different attacks that I can use with my summons, and it's the casts for the summons are instant, so it's a lot easier to switch between them. Like, I can go from Garuda to Titan to Ifrit, like, all within the span of 30 seconds, which is really good. And depending on your needs, you can use the different attacks that they do as well. And then they also still have the super move across them, and this is only at like level 50 stuff. And you also have they kind of removed the ether flow gauge. What ether flow was before is that you had an ability that filled up your gauge of like 3 slots, and then you would use that on abilities. Like, you would consume some of the gauge to use certain abilities, and one of them was to spread your dots, but now that's just on like a 10-second cooldown, so that makes it a lot that makes the class a lot more usable because you don't have to like hold your ether flow just specifically to spread it on the ads. So that's nice at least.
They had like 2 changes for Ninja Beyond. They took away my Assassinate and made it a higher level skill that I don't actually have yet, and they let me recast Jutsu more, and that's about it.
Is it more enjoyable this way?
It's not really any different. Still good. I know they added more skills, just not high enough level to fucking actually try it yet. We're level 50 out of like 80.
Yep. Level cap is now 80. They boosted it another 10.
Yeah. By the way, leveling past 50 is not fast.
I wouldn't think so.
It's not. It's not fast at all.
How long did it take you to get fucking White Mage to 10?
That took roughly about an hour or so. Mainly because you have to do leave quests, and White Mage is the White Mage. Well, it's Conjurer. Conjurer has fucking 2 offensive spells by like level 5, and like 2 like a healing spell and a fucking effect spell, which is sleep. You're casting stone basically off CD every time. Stone, stone, stone. Small little damage debuff. Stone, stone, stone. Am I doing a hard fucking leave? Heal myself. Stone, stone, stone. The stone does nothing for damage. It sucks so much. I took that long because I failed 2 fucking leave quests because I got insta-killed by some shit because I'm getting impatient. I'm 10, I can start doing fucking big fucking, what are they called?
Leveling roulettes?
Big yogurt. Yeah, those things.
Yeah.
So that'll be fine. Those work well. I've not just purely been doing that as well. I've taken a look back into crafting shit and fucking been playing around with like using Samurai to get more tokens so that I can buy more of the gear, the Time Worn gear, whatever the fuck it's called, for the ninja character.
Yeah.
Because those apparently that set's good and can last you up to like 60 or 57 or something like that.
Ooh.
And seeing as long it takes to fucking actually level at this point in the game, that's a fair bit.
Did you?
Might as well fucking farm it.
Did you try out the dungeon at all for leveling or no?
The leveling dungeon?
Or like a fucking... I don't remember what it's called, but there's that one place that's like uber good for leveling or something.
Is that the Hall of the Dead?
Maybe it was like a.
I
Fucking...
don't exactly remember. I think I tried it last time, and I'm not sure how it was good for level.
Okay.
I'll look into it more.
Yeah.
It's only been a day.
Yeah.
It hasn't even fully been. No, it's been 24 hours now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Final Fantasy 14. You're probably gonna hear more about that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're actually making a fucking effort to listen to the story. Probably not the greatest point in the game to do that, but we are.
Like we started in the middle of 2.2, actually, paying attention to the story. So.
At the beginning of 2.2, actually.
We were on like the second or third quest, I guess.
It may have not been the first quest, but it was basically the start of it.
Yeah.
Fucking refugees, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's basically what we're doing right now.
A very topical political talk.
Oh, and a Leviathan.
All offset.
Don't forget about that.
All offset by the fact that fucking Lalafell have the worst naming conventions in this world.
Fucking, there's a midget called Lolo Rito. It's hilarious.
As he's talking about why refugees are a bad thing for the economy and everything.
Dude's fucking name is Lolo Rito. It's great.
Weird. Yeah, it's 14, at least from my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
He's good.
We like it.
And now you know how it feels to be on the other end of a Fire Emblem talk.
I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to playing EDF.
Exactly. But yes. What else exciting has happened that is nondescript towards anyone's week?
The Kyoto animation fire happened. That was sad.
Actually, did we not talk about that last time? Has it been that long since last time?
It happened.
We didn't bring it up in the last podcast. I know that much.
It happened like.
I brought it up at like the end of like when we were playing Orange.
Yeah, no, it happened like 3 or 4 days after the last podcast. So.
Yeah, Kyoto Animation. You know them from such things as show.
Haruhi
and movie.
Suzumiya.
Which we actually watched.
Mm-hmm.
We did.
Someone didn't like it. Someone did like it.
The release order was bullshit.
They've also done.
Literally, only Nick liked it. Everyone else didn't really care.
They've also done K-On!
Never seen
Air.
it. Never seen that. Oh, I mean, I use Air a lot, so.
Canon, I believe it was. Like the Holy Trinity of Arcata. And then
You're just naming shows that don't exist.
I mean, Holy Trinity of Arcata is describing the fucking Clannad, Air, and Canon. Which, yes, they've done those. Full Metal Panic. That's
I've at least heard of that one.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
yes, they fucking burned. I don't know who died.
A lot of the people that were important.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. But hey, this is an anime podcast, so we gotta talk about some type of anime news.
We did it. I mean, at least until later.
Yeah.
In which I will zone out as two people talk about
Gundam.
giant spacing tree Gundam.
It's a space opera, thank you very much.
Do they sing every other line?
No.
It's not an opera then.
There is singing, though.
Glad.
Yeah, I'm like the fifth or fourth.
It just happens at some point, like.
I think it's like the 5th episode, and I don't know why it had to happen.
Yeah,
it was okay.
They decided they wanted to imitate Phineas and Ferb.
I mean, it was fine. Just seems out of place in a Gundam show.
Yeah, you.
Like they established that she was. They established that she was a singer, but she hadn't really except being in the background.
Yeah.
And then fuck it, now we're doing a song, right? Fuck you.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Someone thought this would make the show better. Did it?
Didn't make it worse. Didn't make it better.
It didn't add anything to the show.
It just sort of
There you go.
existed.
Like it's like they did some singing in the show. It wasn't absolute shite, but it wasn't anything fucking godlike either.
Mm-hmm. They released Astral Raids for Dragalia Lost. Those have been fun to do. Basically,
What a pompous name.
Astral Raids are...
Nick, it isn't even your fucking week,
This
though.
isn't a
fuck?
week thing.
This is
Fuck
not
off,
general.
Nick!
Fuck.
This isn't general news.
Fine then.
This is why you
whatever.
never have a week, because I'm just gonna cut it off now. Fuck you, no week for you.
Right,
Oh.
I'm gonna talk about Astral Raids anyway then. Fucking
No.
Astral Raids are bringing back old raid bosses, but you only have a limited amount of times that you can do them per week. Like it's like 10 for the highest level of the boss. And they
Oh no, I can only do it 10 times a week. What a fucking shit.
I mean you can only do it on the weekends. Like during the week you get these
Oh my god.
during
I have to do it 5 times on Saturday and 5 times on Sunday on my mobile game? Fuck!
I mean they take like 10 minutes
What a
each.
fucking shame.
So it adds up. But basically
Oh no, I have to spend a fucking an hour? Oh god. Damn.
they're actual
Oh,
raids
God
now.
damn.
Like before the raids were just like a DPS check where you like get a bunch of like dragon prep and a bunch of like at the start of the battle damage, so that way you could just burst down the raid boss and just be done with it. But this raid boss has way too much HP to be able to do that, so you actually have to invest a bit into defenses instead of just full on offense like almost all the other modes. So
But is it in the astral realm?
yes. You use like these astral pieces to make a key, which lets you into wherever the boss is. So that's how it's rationalized. But yeah, those are fun. Been making progress on all of my facilities. I have all of my dojos up to at least 20, with some of them being up to 23. My Wind Fafnir statue is at 21 now. It's still a long ways to go.
About.
More faffing about?
And then I have 2 of my Dracoliths at 20, and then the other 2 at 17. I'm working on my altars now as well. Like Shadow, Wind, Fire are all done. I still need to work on Water and Light though.
You mean Earth, Wind, and Fire? Excuse you?
Macross Delta. It's fucking When the Rune Sparkles in September. It's a remix of the fucking Earth, Wind, and Fire song. It's decent, at least. And I guess that's Dragalia. That's fun.
Good for you.
Haven't really played any PoE this week. Fucking, I'm still gonna go back and get the 36 challenges on it. Just, before the end of the league. Probably like...
I have more weeks. I've made my fucking Flicker good.
Yeah. Still getting my daily logins for Warframe. And we started playing Pre-Sequel again.
We did.
You're like, hey, we don't really have...
After the advent of fucking Modded 2, I went and played Pre-Sequel a bit. It turned out they gave me the DLC characters face. I thought, hey, that's cool. And then, yeah, everyone else just kind of fucking showed up. And that's where we are now.
Mm-hmm. We used Gib to give ourselves level 70 characters, so that way we'd actually have
that's the big
some
part.
amount of difficulty. But
Except there's none.
it's still not that difficult for some reason.
It's not that
really
good.
fucking easy, dude.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult, but it's not without challenge.
I don't...
Very recently, some of the enemies have started fucking murdering us systematically. It's just that Chris got a legendary pistol that's explosive, and he's Nisha.
And I have a fucking Jacob shotgun, and I got a +5 to my free shot chance. So with that combined, I can basically just continue firing off my shots and like never run out of ammo or have to reload. So
welcome to speedrunning.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what the speedrunners use?
Like our builds are good, and that plus there's 3 of us, so the bullets are like split between us. And then I have all my jacks going around to like take aggro. Like they're not doing that much to us, unfortunately.
No, they're not.
I'm a sniper. I can one-shot these enemies.
You can one-shot a bandit, like you could do in the beginning of the game as well. Amazing.
I mean, I can one-shot fucking modern enemies. That's basically all I do, really. Not much else. I do the freezing thing.
Yeah.
Big support.
If I can get kill skills and do that a lot, so that's fun.
I do the same thing as Nick, except I only use pistols. There's no other weapon in the game.
I use snipers. There's basically no other weapon in the game, which is fun. I haven't done snipers in a long time.
We're like 60...
Sniping is
60,
fun, but you realize everything else does damage faster, and you're like, fuck it.
We're like 66% of the way through the game. Or base game, at least. We'll still have Claptrap DLC to do.
Yep. Doing everything, because fuck, why not?
That includes the raid bosses, by the way. Now that we actually are at a level where we can do them.
I mean, we at least did the base main campaign one before.
Yeah.
At some point. I don't know when that happened, but it happened apparently.
Also includes Iggy's favorite game mode, Circle of Slaughter.
There was
It
one.
does. It does do that.
There was one. It's neat. I was like, awesome.
Naisu.
But due to the fact that we're fucking high leveled, it was essentially nothing, because all it is just a bunch of weak enemies. If occasionally, ooh, they sprinkled a badass. Oh, wow. I'll just fucking freeze. So the only modicum of challenge is bosses, because they have fucking stupidly large health pools, and they can't be and a lot of them can't be frozen.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
Fucking Iggy.
Everything else is just, fuck it. Can we freeze it? And get fucked.
Iggy freezes or slows a lot of enemies with his fucking ultimate that just continually goes between enemies. And then I have a thing that, if I have a cryo Mollywan weapon and I switch to my Jacob shotgun, it carries over the cryo damage. And so I have a cryo shotgun, which is able to freeze shit a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So
That was the only downside to Jacob's weapons, is the fact that, or one of the downsides, is that they're never elemental.
but
Fuck that.
but you can cheat that with Jack, so you just do that and you win.
Yay, free sequel.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the space.
It's a game that exists that people were like, eh. Hopefully Borderlands 3 is a little bit more than eh.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird to expect it to be better than fucking, 2. I have no fucking realistic expectation that it's better than 2.
Oh yeah, no. It's not. Just hoping for like a single okay playthrough.
Yep.
That'll be nice. That'll be fun. Get more Borderlands in and go, yeah, I played some more Borderlands. Hooray.
Sick.
Sounds like you had something in your throat there, bud.
Start fucking
Silence.
lying, boy.
Oh. How's silence taste?
Nothingness wrapped in sadness. Perhaps one should move along to the organized portion of this podcast.
Well, should I though? Kind of busy.
I mean, if you don't, we'll just fucking cut out every bit of dead fucking silence until we get there.
It's gonna be me, man.
It's a joint effort. You do work until your work is shitty. Together, we form the podcast.
I guess.
Our powers combined.
Sure.
Grab a bike though. Nice guy.
I mean, without you guys, the podcast doesn't happen, so.
Yeah, who would want to listen to just Nick?
I mean, I've done some things, but I don't have any
He
motivation.
stopped.
So,
You don't have any motivation to do anything.
like, really, the podcast is just an excuse I use to talk to you guys.
I do it for posterity's sake.
That's a big issue. It's like we do the podcast so we can talk to each other about our weeks, but then we don't talk to each other at other times so we can do it during the podcast.
Once again, it started as a joke. Fucking why not? And then we did the anime thing, and that's kind of kept it going. We had other bid things like the fucking
Yeah, but at that point we could
the
cut everything else
corners.
out. Just
fucking
fucking
other
do
shit.
just fucking do the anime and fuck off.
Ooh, sorry.
We would basically considerably cut down on the whole faffing about. Just cut it down to fucking an hour at most.
We could. One day we're gonna like get so fucking bored of the podcast that we're just gonna go turbo anime mode. Hey, we're doing anime. Hey, it's anime.
Oh man, what do you recommend? I actually have a thing to recommend this week.
As do I.
Oh, exciting!
Since it's not Kaguya.
Yeah, you can't Kaguya.
Hey, you could.
That I'm not Kaguya
You should.
Why not?
because I have something. I don't know if it's better, but I want to launch it right now. So
I don't know if it's good, but I want to watch.
I don't know if it's better than Kaguya.
Fucking another C tier fucking etchy show.
I don't think it's etchy.
You
I really don't.
do realize the determining factor here is me, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, basically. We were gonna present him 2 shows and he picks which show wins.
Basically,
Yeah.
Wait, didn't we fucking it's not this week. What was the fucking thing I proposed last time about breaking ties that sounded good? It was like the person
It was whenever we have 4 people, the person that wins gets 2 votes. So that way, the amount of votes is 5 rather than 4.
Yeah, that's it.
We eliminate ties.
Mhm.
Okay, never mind. It doesn't apply here.
No,
It does not apply here.
Wait a minute.
What?
Was this week not supposed to be something special?
I mean, we were, but then Ian and fucking Mega aren't here, so we can't really do that.
Can we not? Those fuckers don't matter.
I mean, we
We
could
could
start
just
it,
choose.
but like,
We could just choose one.
but like the kind of point of it was that hey,
Okay, well here's how it goes. If you're so inclined in giving them a piece of this fucking glorious shit pie, we do what I assume is we're going to randomly assort in order for whatever the fuck it is we're actually doing. Haven't actually finalized that yet. Big fucking point, by the way.
Mhm.
And then we assort that order, and then when they come back, we assort their order after the first order, so they're guaranteed 4th and 5th place, respectively.
Right, but the point is that oh hey, everyone picks one, and then the person who's currently picking picks of that like
fucking know.
lot.
Okay, here's the thing: we never finalized what the fuck we were doing, and I don't know what it is.
I mean, that's what that's what my thinking of it is that what we're doing.
My
That's my
probably
thinking
different.
too. Like, all right, so Dominic's the isekai guy. We all go out and choose an isekai shit, and then he's like, all right, this is the least shit one, so we watch that one.
Right.
Okay, so reverse. I had the opposite interpretation where it was everyone else determines what the person is, and they go and find a good one. But I guess that actually your version makes a little bit more sense because that's just wider variety of shows.
Right, but it doesn't particularly work when everyone is not here to, give something.
We're probably never gonna have 5 people for a good while. So if you want to wait that long, that's fine.
I mean, I don't have to wait till 5 people. At least one other person.
Yeah, otherwise
Okay.
it's just like it is right now.
Any
So-
fucking okay, I'm good with that rule. Any stipulation as to what can be fucking proposed? Because for all intents and purposes, I don't
Anything
want-
that
I
isn't
don't
like
want
100% historically bad. Like if we choose and somebody recommends Ikitosen, you go kill.
I'm almost okay. Okay, you fucking told me I'm the isekai guy, and then you can't recommend bad shit. What do you want from me?
No,
I mean, there's gotta be good ones, right?
like for me would probably
And besides, a lot of them are mediocre, but none of them are some of them do get recognized as being horrendously bad. But there's a lot of just mediocre ones.
Okay, like, see, I would be okay with, like, In Another World with my smartphone, because it's bad, but we haven't watched it, and it's a good case study into why don't do this.
I mean, the thing
But-
is, you get to pick from what we give you.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, but, like, was there any, like, what I was about to say is I don't want Nick to be going like, I wonder if there's any isekai hentai.
That doesn't. I mean, it's.
And then he collaborates
Um,
with the rest
We
of
just
like,
tell him
private-
no. We just tell him no. Also, you don't have to pick Nick's one. It's
Like,
a big
No, but
thing.
here's the thing.
Like the Ultra
I also
Council
wanna-
can just veto it if it's that offensive.
Yes, but if you buy off the Ultra Council, I'm fucked.
Who the fuck's gonna buy off the Ultra Council?
You let me
Nick
finish
is
my
poor.
analogy.
That's
I don't think
3
you
different
noticed,
people.
but Nick is poor. No, you get the.
Oh, okay, it's 2 different people technically, but
Motherfucker, let me finish the analogy. What if Nick finds out that there's isekai hentai and there's at least 3 of them or 4 of them? He colludes with everyone to fucking recommend them and then buys off the Ultra Council.
I mean,
because they've already been bought
you
off.
only have to watch the first episode.
I ain't fucking watching
Also,
no
we're not gonna all just choose hentai because that's just kind of dumb.
Like it's
Yeah, but
like
if you got look, Chris, if you got paid $10 to pick it, would you pick?
you cut out.
I would pick it.
This is
If you got
anime,
paid
right?
$10 to pick a hentai anime that you didn't even have to watch, would you pick it?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. I would too.
Why would I pay him $10?
Because it's
Because
funny.
you're really into the joke.
You've
We're
gone
doing
further.
hentai now.
Fucking I can't even think of an isekai hentai, by the way.
That's what I'm saying, but you could probably
There
find.
probably is though.
I mean, they're probably like
Hell,
There
go look at
probably-
Go look
There
at Norm.
probably is though, and all it does is change the first 5 seconds because like they start off in the real world and then they get fucked by a goblin or some bullshit.
Really, all it changes is most fucking isekai have the problem with their borderline hentai anyway.
like
Parallel Paradise, fucking
Like-
just fucking that.
there's a couple
That's
of
all about fucking.
there's a couple of reverse isekais,
understand.
but no like
I mean, that still counts. That's still an isekai. Reverse isekai is still an isekai.
Like-
You fuck.
are these
I guess Monster Girl Quest would be one. But like
Sure. I don't know.
it's really hard pressed to actually, like I haven't seen many, if any, all besides like Quest, I guess.
Yeah, but it's probably something really easy to look into.
Yeah. Probably.
Point B,
Spend one of your wanking sessions looking at
I
it.
don't want to have to deal with a conglomerate of bought off like corrupt officials all recommending hentai isekai.
Yeah, but we're not gonna do that. Nick is too poor and he
Yeah, I'm
doesn't
pretty
go
sure that's
that-
what fucking every government
That's
says before they go corrupt.
I mean, the thing
But,
is,
but
now,
he doesn't have the money for it. Is the thing.
the thing,
He super has the money for it.
the
$10 a
thing
person.
is, now that you've presented that option to me, I want to do it. I'm not going to
Yes, and-
because I'm a cheap bastard, but I could.
I know you could, and that's why I'm bringing it up so that we can make legislation to say no.
Like, I don't know if I could buy off Ian though, because he would have to watch it as well.
You could buy him off super easy because he's like, just don't watch it, and I'll give you $10.
But
Or
then,
better
Also,
yet,
yeah,
here's how you get Ian. I'll commission an art piece from you.
all right, yeah, that would work.
start fucking support him on Patreon for 10 months.
I could probably get Mega actually. Like he,
Mega wouldn't be hard.
yeah, no,
Mega wouldn't be hard.
No,
Mega's
you tell him it's a
fucking
joke,
poor
and
as
it's funny.
shit.
yeah, no, that'd be great.
You don't
Yeah,
have to-
there's also that. You just tell him it's a joke, it'll probably go along too.
Yeah, like oh hey, hey,
I understand. How do you not know how to manipulate your fucking fellow podcast members already?
I have.
I've already learned that.
Because he
so many
doesn't,
weeks
he
ago.
I
doesn't
don't
do
think
that good
about
in
it.
manipulation. He doesn't do that good in manipulation. Everyone else,
Chris's
everyone,
money.
everyone else is like, everyone else has at least a decent bit of manipulation going on. All right, guys, what if we just fucking destroy Nick? And that's all you need to manipulate the
That's
entire
everyone else.
team.
That's the okay. That's a special one. That's if it's against Nick, it just works. If we were doing anything else, you have to give Chris money, or he has to think it's funny. You have to give Ian some incentive, or he thinks it's funny, and you have to think Mega, make it think it's funny, and then it works. I don't know about me.
Like I never thought about doing the reverse because it just hadn't crossed my mind to like try and manipulate you guys.
That's sad, Nick.
Nick, why don't you ever try to manipulate your friends?
It's probably
Real talk.
it's probably a little fucked up.
That's like all
Except
the
not,
anime.
except not, because all we do is manipulate each other.
That's like all I did for the first bits of anime. Is like, okay, what anime will go over well? Manipulation. I won again.
I don't know. I just never thought to. That's it.
Fucking weak ass motherfucker. You wouldn't survive a second in political.
He doesn't survive any seconds when we're trying to play games. It fucking what if we all just fucking destroyed Nick?
Destroyed
Nick didn't
Nick.
even bother to try and talk
It
himself out of it.
started as a manipulation, and it just ended up as a gag.
Like, alright, hold up. Clearly, guys, Mega is the one we need to take out here. And guess what? People just go after Mega. It's fucking that simple. Nick fucking hell. Hey guys, it'd be a really funny joke if all we did was recommend hentai. And then he had to choose a hentai, and then we had to watch a
Funny joke.
hentai. Although the only person that would watch it all is Nick. Now, what would make it even funnier because it came out of somebody else's thing.
Mm-hmm. That would be it. That'd be the best part.
Like it came out of it suddenly came out of like Ian's week, and then it was like, oh shit, what?
Ian's recommending something that raunchy? Excuse
No,
me.
but like it was Ian. No, but like
okay,
it's our choice. It's like no, never mind. You can't work for Ian because Ian won't ever choose. No, we could convince him. We can always convince these people. Like, Dominic will come in. He'll recommend his fucking anime for whatever we figure out Ian is, and then the other 3 titles we give vagaries about what it is, so he doesn't consider them hentai, and then we pay off or we get Ian to choose a hentai, and then guess what? Fucking Dominic watches the first episode and goes, "I have made a terrible mistake."
Yeah.
Doesn't even realize a hentai until he types it into Google. Finds it on H-anime. What? Why is it on H-anime? Ow, those little scamps. They've
Thought that
done
was dying.
bamboozled me. No, Hentai Haven's dying. H-anime's fine.
No, pretty sure like everything else is dying. Or there's some big fucking wave of it recently.
I mean, Faku partnered with H-anime, but I believe Faku is now trying... Or not H-anime. Faku partnered with Hentai Haven to save it, but now they're... There are rumors that they're now trying to take down Hentai Haven and put all the hentai behind their own like paywall instead.
Nice.
So that's fun.
I don't know. Monetize the jacking off. It works. Porn companies still exist.
Oh, dude, fucking...
Yeah.
There was a scare over the weekend that X Hentai was going to shut down. It's basically a huge repository of like written and like illustrated hentai rather than like the videos and such, like era mangas and whatnot. Supposedly it was going to shut down because the servers were located in a European country that was changing its laws on lolly to where
That must have been it.
lolly would be illegal, which should not be illegal, by the way. But it turns out that the servers were located in a different European country that, had a similar sounding name or something like that.
Wasn't as bad.
Right.
That is good.
So basically,
It was
Wasn't
just
that
in
bad
a
here.
different one.
it was just in a different country entirely. Not that big a deal. Not that big a deal. But yeah, no. X Hentai's fine.
Cool. I'm very glad.
I'm glad you are.
Not down here.
But yes, I guess we'll do the special week at least when we have 4 people. Now we'll just do a normal week, whatever comes with that. Hey, Chris, what are you recommending? Just a thought for right now. You don't have to say it now, but thinking about it now would probably improve
He's not
a lot.
recommending anything. He
Yeah.
won.
All right, never
I
mind.
won.
When I said that, I didn't
With
mean it.
Gundam.
Yeah, fucking Gundam.
I won with Gundam. Because wait, did I kill? I beat Nick in the
You beat me on the dice roll, yes.
Get fucked, Nick.
Yep.
Nick, you better choose something good. I fucking hope it's good, Nick.
No dice rolls here this week, at least.
It's
It can't be a dice roll, but it has to,
like you have to vote for someone else, so you can't just withhold your vote. And since there's only 2 of us recommending something, me and Iggy both have to recommend each other's.
Well, it's not how that works. We just don't vote. When there's 3, only one person gets a vote.
we still
person
vote.
wins.
We still vote.
I mean, only one person's
Our
vote
vote
matters.
Iggy.
No.
No, it does not. Your vote does not matter. Fuck
Iggy?
you.
We must vote so that way the power of the people is heard.
Fuck off.
Hail Satan.
Fake Obama. You're not my dad.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am not a fake Obama. I am the genuine article, not just a pretender.
Obama lamb, get out of here.
Okay, I'm gonna skedaddle.
These guys are good.
What do you even do now that you're not president?
It's hard to find a good group.
I paint now. I go to local churches and sing sermons with them. Hallelujah.
Three Rangers at an air raider
Hallelujah.
clearing missions. Like, holy
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hail
shit. I don't
Satan.
understand.
The church of
EDF.
Satanism is weird.
EDF.
They have their own god. It's fine.
They don't.
Satan.
Boy.
their own set of beliefs and shit, and it's cool. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, just don't hurt other people. Unless they want it, in which case, go ahead. I'm talking like...
Get into a gray area of, do they really want to die?
I'm talking like...
Could I actually get in trouble for this?
I'm talking like masochists, Chris, or like sadists. Alright?
Yes, but then
Yeah, but that's
thing
like
is,
15 candles, not like Gormy Daddy.
I mean, I'm sure there are some people who like the gourmet daddy stuff.
oh, yes.
Anyway,
Like, with the amount of people on this earth, I would imagine that at least one person likes to be cut.
yes. No shit.
Yeah.
And those people are probably mentally deficient and or have a disorder of some type. Because that shit ain't normal. Called out. Boo.
Oh no!
Why
we're
would
all
you
Rangers
call
now.
me out
Ranger
like that,
squad?
Iggy? Come on, man. I thought...
Oh, there's the...
I don't
had
understand,
an
but we're doing
understanding.
so good.
I didn't fucking... That's not calling you out. That's just telling you what you are.
We're all Rangers. This is going to go so well.
How's EDF 5?
It's actually going great, though. EDF 5 is great. It's on time. You know, in order to progress online, to maybe hopefully eventually unlock the ability to fucking cut off the level or the weapon level and health requirements, you kind of have to play with other people because they say fuck you solo. You're playing with 4 people. Get fucked. But finding people to play with and also finding people to play the missions you want is a bit painful. For some reason, though, I managed to find a group while I was playing by myself. They just all joined, and now we're all Rangers, but we're actually kicking ass. It's going great.
You played EDF 5 for 81 hours.
Yeah.
In less than 100 hours, you'll surpass EDF 4.1. So it's not even that abnormal that you're playing this much.
No, this is a good game.
Yep.
Like,
Can't wait to play it in like half a year or so.
Like I like 4.1, but there wasn't a whole lot like other than grinding to make your health go bigger. There wasn't anything else. Now that the weapons can fucking level up, I can at least kind of grind to prepare for doing a mission.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so I'm gonna do this mission. I'll grind a couple of times in here. Maybe I'll get stuff up. Like, it's literally a lot of weapons. It's basically every fucking stat. The reload speed, the amount of ammo the weapon has, the accuracy of the gun. Almost everything can be upgraded usually. Sometimes. It's good shit. Play a lot forever.
And then play it with friends whenever that happens. To at least get through the story.
Which will have its rough story that EDF has.
How did we come back from being totally annihilated?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't care.
Good.
Where up? Oh.
Does it start the same? Oh, look, giant ants. Oh, look, giant spiders. Oh, look, giant bees.
It's essentially the same bullshit. There's a mission where you board a giant fucking mech to fight a giant monster. There's a mission where there's like 50 giant mechs to fight 50 giant monsters. A couple of really shit underground underground missions aren't shit though. They're pretty actually.
But instead of Hectors this time, it is Frog.
Which are a little more annoying enemy Hectors. Like the Hectors, at least when they were aiming at you, you could shoot them and that would fuck up where they could aim. Frogs don't do that. Frogs say fuck you.
But you can cathartically shoot off legs and then eat them.
Yeah, you can shoot off their legs. They do
providing sustenance for the resistance.
They do grow back, and they can still kind of shoot you from that position. So it doesn't really accomplish much. It doesn't really accomplish much other than stopping them from moving, which kind of actually does accomplish, since they can no longer fucking jump around. Holy shit! Oh, yeah. Okay, so now we'll finally do it. Fuck it, Dominic, do your thing.
Hey.
What you managed to accomplish.
already talked about the fucking Final Fantasies already, so that was a large portion of it, of exciting news, I suppose. We did the pre-sequel thing. I didn't actually think this through. We've been doing tabletop stuff, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Recently.
Those have been good.
We have started doing more tabletop stuff. Fucking, there's a lot of shit to do.
Yeah, tabletop has started.
We don't have to choose like the same thing over and over. We don't have to play Uno.
There's a lot of games. It's just what we want to learn to do.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many good games.
I could always just default to Jigsaw.
You always default to Jigsaw, though. Somehow, if you put a Jigsaw in front of us, we will just start doing it naturally. And if we get far enough along to finish the edge, we'll probably just finish it. Jigsaws are great. But tabletop has matured at this point to where, like, most anything that's popular is getting scripted, or most even new things that are coming into the workshop are getting scripted. And the scripts make everything so much nicer. Hey, that Pokemon game that you struggle to understand and how to set up, scripted. Hey, that fucking Uno game I'm playing is not scripted. All this shit's not scripted. The only problem is the scripts sometimes break Mega and Chris.
Yeah, it's just fuck it, we're done. Game goes, yeah, I'm done, mother.
And the
it really fucks with Mega. It really fucks with Mega, though.
Chris, I forgot about this since it happened so long ago, but did you fucking see what I meant about the tree having a fucking beak and a face?
Yeah, I didn't see that. I now see why you're like, oh, it has a beak and a face. And I'm like, oh, but I didn't see that though.
That's weird.
That wasn't on my side of thing. I was looking. I was like down. I was like, there's nothing like that on mine.
It's weird.
So I'll just chalk it up to a graphical glitch.
Maybe it's enter some shit. Whatever. There is no real context for that. I'll leave you fucking clueless, Nick.
I like it.
Okay.
More, please.
So we're likely going to be playing more tabletop shit because it's fun.
Yeah.
Hey.
Pokemon Masters 2 soon. That'll be fun.
Pokemon Masters 2, the second generation. Fuck yeah.
Now with Waylord.
Waylord?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Is that like the super fucking jacked and buff like gym version of Waylord, where he just does nothing but eat whey?
What? I said Waylord. What?
You said Waylord.
Yeah.
Wow.
You didn't add the L.
Waylord. The L is in the Lord, isn't it?
Whale Lord.
What?
No. What the fuck? Okay, whatever.
Waylord.
Except the fact that he's in third generations, I mean.
Okay, yeah, fucking I messed up on the generation part. But Waylord. Wailord.
Whale.
He's probably not gonna be in the fucking Sword and Shield because they're not gonna let you Gigantamax it, bitch. Fuck you.
So by your logic, it's Wailord?
No, you don't fucking put an unnatural pause in there, man. That's all.
Waylord.
Holy shit, where's all the team? Why is... who the fuck thought this was? Fucking 4 Rangers versus 1 Guinness. Who will win?
How's Sekiro? You've been playing that?
I just pronounce it Whale Lord.
Or Warhammer.
Warhammer's fun. Been playing that with George again. Resuming our dwarven conquest of literally everything.
You forgot about something.
What?
You guys play against other people or against AI?
You can play against other people, but not in like a campaign setting. It's not like Civilization. You can only have 2 people in a co-op. And then like you can do online battles, I think that at least up to 2v2. But I don't want to do that since I'll just get destroyed. I'm not the big great with the strategy, especially if I'm doing anything besides Skaven. Fucking
literally out here.
I've devoted so much to Skaven hit and run tactics, I don't know anything else. It's hard to play fucking frontline dwarves.
Strategy games.
I play strategy games. I play a lot of strategy games.
No, but enough to like you think that you're competent.
Oh yeah, no. Every strategy game is so fucking different. Like I'd consider Darkest Dungeon a strategy game. And fucking Total War a strategy game. But they're not very the same. Different types of strategy. None of them particularly carry over to the other. I played fucking a lot of grand strategy games with Paradox, with like the fucking Crusader Kings. That's a fun game. But yeah, no, I don't think I've really gained anything valuable out of those experiences. Oh, that's disappointing. I've never seen a shiny whale, or that's awful.
Becomes
What?
orange, doesn't it?
That's just Thanos.
Really? Is it purple?
It's purple.
Fucking nice. BRB about to go fucking shiny whalord hunting, guys.
In which game,
Oh, that's
though?
not
Because
good.
that's going to have a lot of different implications.
Anyway,
I'm probably Sun and Moon because they're in there.
Yeah.
That's probably easier. Probably
I have, as you've said, been playing Sekiro more. I've beat that game 3 times now. I'm still going. Gonna go into the 4th pretty soon. Get the 4th ending. It's
How
fun.
many endings are there?
However, there's only 4 endings.
Oh.
You got the fucking normal ass ending that everyone will probably get. You've got the fucking Shura ending, which is just to end the game early ending. You got the Purification, which is what I'm doing now, and then the Dragon Homecoming, which I don't even know. It's all great. Sure, it was a little bit disappointing, but at least you got to kill everybody. All I'm doing right now is just fucking farming experience so I can finish off the fucking tree so I can play the last game or the last playthrough with literally every skill. And so I don't have to do it during the 4th one. Because we're going to fucking perfect this game because I'm so fucking close to doing it, might as well.
How many
I'm only
endings do
missing
you
it.
have left?
Just 2. I'm literally at the final boss in my 3rd playthrough, and there's only 1 more after that.
Okay.
But I'm just holding off so I can
play it
farm.
more after that? Or are you gonna go back to Dark Souls?
I don't know. I mean, for all intents and purposes, I think it is the best like game that FromSoft have put out. But I don't know. I might return to it. I can get through this game so fast now.
You also have the practice from all the other Souls games that you've played. So
Oh, fucking that doesn't transfer over at all.
Really?
It's a completely different battle system. And by that I mean it's based on parrying as opposed to blocking or dodging. It's weird.
The Souls game is not a
It's the least Souls game that isn't even called Souls. Shadow Souls. It's good though. Harder than fucking Diamond Dicks. But it's good.
Diamond
Yeah.
Dicks?
Diamond Dicks. They're pretty hard.
I guess.
That's probably about it. I don't do anything else.
Oh my! Still fighting Guinness, by the way.
We played the Mario Party. We have that up and running.
Mm-hmm.
We learned we can emulate the Nintendo games. Don't tell Nintendo.
Just using NetPlay to communicate over the internet.
Yeah. So that.
And it's not actually that laggy, so.
No, it's pretty good. That was with just 2
but
people.
how laggy though?
Not laggy at all, actually.
Yeah, it gets a little choppy at points, but for the most part, it's
Like
It was
there'll
a
be
little
like
choppy at
a
points,
less than
okay.
a second like frame drop every now and then, but it's not noticeable that much.
it's decently consistent. Is the way I would put
Okay.
it.
They're playable.
But Mario Party.
Mario
We could
Party
do games
4.
like Mario Party and shit. Like I was like thinking, oh, we could probably play like fucking a Mario Kart game, and I thought a
Oh,
Mega.
yeah.
I thought Mega would not have fun.
I don't think he could. I don't know if he can emulate games.
I also don't know how good NetPlay would be with someone in Canada to land.
Yeah, like it.
Yeah, that'd be the biggest.
Actually, since we've tried that, I've upgraded my internet.
Ooh.
The biggest
So-
issue is the fact that he's in Canada land. So
Yeah.
like, he'd have like a really fucking rough time.
But I'm up for some fucking Mario Kart Double Dash.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Pretty sure that's
let's
what it's called.
switch back.
Yeah, there is a double dash for GameCube. Yeah. What? Not gonna try out Mario Kart Wii?
Nah, why do we shit? The higher the graphical fidelity, the fucking bigger a hit. And Double Dash is perfectly fine. Even though Wii is really good. I played a lot of Double Dash as a kid. That's more or less it. More or less. More or less.
All right.
Wow, that one's right. All right. Well, I haven't accomplished a whole lot. I've just been playing EDF. It's a fun game. There are a couple missions where you can do grinding. The only issue with them is the fact that it does get a bit samey to do grinding.
Is there like an EDF5 equivalent of like the just literally use aerator and shoot and then leave it for 5 hours and come back?
Probably. I just like the more active sort of thing. Doing a little bit more active grinding. So they took out the nests. The nests no longer exist. Rather than the nests, they have a different spawning thing. That way you can't. That way, just say, hey, you know what? Did you not bring a long range weapon? Get fucked. Hopefully somebody else brought wing diver, dumb bitch. Those can spawn enemies, and technically you could there's probably a mission where you could do that, but I tend to do the more active sort of thing, mainly because they introduce these enemies that are like the pill bugs, and that they curl into a ball and then they roll at you, and when you get hit, you get ragdolled, which sounds annoying, and it actually is pretty annoying on missions because they usually tend to get grouped with other enemies. But there are a select few missions where there is only the roly enemies. And the missions where there's only the roly enemies also have the issue of there's a lot of areas that you can just stand in where the roly enemies can't actually hit you, because they can only hit you when they're in the ball, but they can't ball in the area that you're standing in, which creates a lot of very easy to grind missions.
I'd say.
I can't fucking hit you. Fuck yeah. Those are the missions and the grind. They're nice, they're easy, but yeah, they get a bit repetitive of standing there, firing into the crowd that's assembled at your little hidey hole. Oh yeah, and that's literally about it. All right.
Yay.
Oh. All right, and now we go back to Dominic.
I watched Into the Spider-Verse. I don't think I mentioned this last time. It might have been this last time.
You did not. That was for our college class, right?
Yeah, I had to watch a movie. I literally watched the first thing I found on Netflix. Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Hope it is. Otherwise, I don't know how I watched it. Fucking, it's a movie. I'd give it about a 6 out of 10. It's great in practically every department except the story. That's my analysis.
All right.
Because in proper analysis, I had to fucking submit. I will say, though, having done so much fucking anime homework bullshit made doing an analysis of a fucking movie very easy. So yay, about getting proper fucking training here for college courses. Woo. And despite the fact that I had to do a very specific thing, I think it was like, it's for a second psychology class. And it was like, hey, we've been learning about gender fucking for this week. Watch a movie and talk about that. Spider-Verse had nothing to do with that, at all. So it wasn't the greatest movie. Still scored high because the analysis was good. So yay. Yay for anime homeworks.
But dude, they had the girl Spider-Woman chick.
Yeah, and she was an awful character. She did nothing. Let's not even talk about.
Did anything but exist. They were just there to jack off the fucking calling people.
Yep.
Hey, look, it's that one. Aha!
That's basically it.
We put
Like,
him
I
in a
didn't know
movie.
Penny Parker existed before this movie. Turns out she is a character. Their interpretation of her in this movie is actually killing me.
Why did
I
you look
hate
up a
it.
real character and you're like, what the fuck? Why didn't they go with
Oh
that?
no. Yeah, basically. I mean, I didn't like it before then,
I
but I
mean,
like it even
there's
less
a
now.
reason I think that because that is involved that is heavily involved in Evangelion, so can't throw those in fucking a kid-friendly Spider-Verse movie. Also, that would be too big.
But yeah, the movie peaks at like the first 15 minutes. It drops dramatically, like exactly at the hour mark, and then it really doesn't ever go back up. 6 out of 10.
Alright.
It's a movie, so I'm literally never going to watch it again. But hey, the animation was pretty. So 10 out of 10, I guess. They worked hard. Evidently the only standard for fucking high scores these days. Grumpy, grumpy, grump, grump. I don't like movies, grump, grump. And if you like movies, I'll kill you, grump, grump.
Movies are completely inferior to anime. Grump, grump. But what happens when it's an anime movie?
It's fine, I guess. I've learned to tolerate anime.
But it's kind of a fucking fucked up thing to compare movies to anime. Then.
But Chris, it's an anime movie. There's a difference.
There are two different.
Into Spider-Verse wasn't
mediums.
exactly one
It's
name.
like comparing a video game to a board game.
Basically.
Like they're two different mediums. They each have their people that like them.
Fucking, what was the fucking movie called? I watched like 15, 20 minutes of a movie, and the visuals on that were so fucking stunning. I don't remember what it fucking was. Soundless Garden or some shit. Hold up.
Violet Evergarden?
Not Violet Evergarden.
It's why when people from one genre are brought over to another genre, it doesn't work. Oh, these people made great movies. Let's have them make a video game. No, fuck off.
Garden of Words.
They work on a 1.5 to maybe 2.5 hour time schedule, but you give them like a video game to work with, where they now have to work with like a. Video games need to be a decent bit long. They don't work like that.
Yeah. So that.
You can
That's
bring
my
along
week.
aspects. Yeah, but how is magic though?
Have you actually been playing?
Why do you sound so sad?
Because there's always something else, I guess. Fucking Magic's fine. Fucking, I'm really still just doing dailies and waiting for them to kick out all the old shit that's making my game stupid right now. Fucking, please get rid of Ixalan and everything else. I don't want to deal with fucking Field of the Dead, Planescape, or whatever the fuck it's called, Shiftscape.
I've
Shift.
actually never seen that, and I'm super glad.
It's
but
so
I do see
fucking
a lot
common.
of fucking. I do see a lot of Demir, and I hate.
I love Demir. I'm gonna be
I
playing
hate
Demir
Demir.
afterward.
I fucking hate Demir, dude.
Demir is my primary fucking thing.
Let's combine blue and black. Blue with the ability to force you to not play the game, and black with their ability to also make you not play the game. Like, fucking who the fuck?
Okay, I play a meme Demir, though. But yeah, I understand what other people, I mean, why play Demir when you can play Esper? I think is what most people come to think. And then Esper is played a lot.
Yeah.
Fucking...
I don't know. It's fun to find. I don't know. Have you invested in any of the rare lands though that that hit you for 2 and
Shocklands? Yeah.
Yeah.
I did that before 20. So, I mean, they're going to leave. I'm okay with it. I'm not investing
They're
anymore.
Not gonna leave though. They're in the. Well, I mean, some.
Oh no,
I mean,
the good ones aren't gonna. The good ones are leaving. The ones that are just like, if you have a color already, you can play this down. It's not tapped.
No, the shock ones are part of Ravnik.
Yeah, the shock ones are staying, but the other ones from Ixalan are leaving.
Oh, you invested in those?
Yeah, why wouldn't you invest in those?
Yeah.
Before I knew about the rotations, like, yeah, these are just good lands. Every deck literally runs these because they're good.
Oh yeah, no, every deck literally runs those, but they tend to run less of those than they do the shock land.
I found it was like Shocklands had priority 2 to the other ones. Shocklands are just like you can pay 2 to have it not tapped, but the other one is you can just have it not tapped and not pay 2. If you're using a healthy mix of them, there's never a reason not to. If you're playing the gates and you don't have that mana, then yeah. If you're not running islands, you're not going to run the Mir one. But yeah, Shocklands are good. Shocklands are just fucking... And do you have it on turn 1? Well, do you need to play it? No, otherwise just put it tapped and you've got great advantage. 2 colors. Yeah.
Shit.
I'm working on making gates right now. I'm almost done with that. I was gonna do like a shape-skift Field of the Dead gates, but I don't want to do that.
You're spreading yourself out too thin, and also it'll get invalidated.
Yeah, I don't want to be invalidated, so I just moved to something else. That's gates aren't leaving, so that's why I'm making gates.
They are not.
I need that security.
The gates are not gonna leave anything.
It's a purely like Ravnica upward deck. Or what's the one before that? The Boros one? I never remember. Oh, whatever. Magic. It's a thing. How's your magic been?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's been a.
Okay.
I'd like to play decks, but then like I wanna get more gold, so then I don't play decks because I have quests stocked that I wanna re-roll. Maybe I'll get 750 gold out of it, and then it does make it for a pretty bad experience. Cause it's like, all right, so I can't play. What can I not play today? I can't play red, white, or black today, so I have to play either green or blue. Fucking kill me.
What I do is just, if it incorporates blue or black, I play Demir. And then if it doesn't, I just play the literal starter deck they gave me that has that color. Unless it's like red. If it's red, I'll do like Goblins or Boros. Otherwise, yeah, just play the starter deck. Starter decks do good enough.
Yeah.
Don't play in ranked and just play as many spells as you can. I've got money now. Pack a day.
Pack a day.
You get there eventually. Been really tempted to drop $5 on the thing. Except
Why?
I don't have money. Because you get a lot of packs for it. Like-
Just to buy packs, really?
No, like there's the starter, there's like the welcome gift. If you've never
Oh.
spent the $5, you still have access to that welcome gift. It's like a bunch of packs and gems and shit. What I'm excited for right now is they're having that event coming up that's going to give you land art, and I want land art. Land art look cool.
It looks cool, and it'll look cool in your hand. It just doesn't. It just looks the same on the field, and that's kind of sad.
It's also an event. It's like, hey, you get to pick a deck. We're going to give you decks. Play these decks. I like that. I like not have to make anything.
Yeah, it's also pretty nice.
Of course, someone has already figured out which deck is the most powerful, probably. It's like, oh, fucking... This
Probably.
fucking...
Probably,
This
I mean,
mimic deck
they try. I looked over some of them, and yeah, they took out some of. They're not. You're not running four of the power players of each kind.
It's fair. Because it's all equally shit, probably.
Oh yeah, I mean you are. I mean you still are running some of the power players. You're just not running like enough of them that like what is it? Like the Rakdos deck. Fucking
It's probably not running
the bitch.
4 Priests of the Forgotten Gods and fucking Mayhem Fiends, or whatever they're called. Mayhem Devils.
Yeah, you're not running 4 of those, and the bitch that fucking every creature gets +1, and then when they die you pick
Judith.
some. Yeah, you don't get 4 of her either.
Is there at least one?
There is at least one. You do at least also get 1 Mayhem Devil. It's just that, usually in more competitive varieties of Rakdos, you're running 4 of the Mayhem Devils and 4 of that bitch, Judith.
Yep. Yeah. I tried to make Rakdos, so I know. But yeah, I'm gonna try out Demir and Rakdos, and then that's basically all I'm gonna play.
I mean, I think that's technically something. Hear words fly around, and I'm like, that's cool. I don't fucking know.
They also released those full art lands in the shop, which look amazing. Not gonna pay for them, but they look amazing.
How many there's no point in paying for them. They look the same on the field. Cool. I'll be happy the 5 seconds in hand, except for the fact that they cost fucking 2,500 gems, which is the equivalent of like little over $10.
Here's the thing. It's the exact type of thing I want to see in the store. It's not cards, it's just card art. It's vanity, it does nothing, it looks cool. That's what I want to see them monetize with, as opposed to here's fucking card bundle pack, pay $50, get 500 card packs.
I mean, yeah. It's good in that sense that they're not fucking just. It still exists though. They do fucking have. They do essentially have that.
It's
Hey,
not
go ahead and drop $100 for the biggest amount of gems you can get, and then fucking hey, guess what? Guaranteed card when you buy like 100 packs.
I don't get why they have that guaranteed card. I've never seen anyone use that guaranteed card.
I've never seen the guaranteed card being used either, but hey, it's nice. Although maybe we'll see the guaranteed card being used more.
Once fucking Mogwai or fucking Merchant or Mono Black makes a video about it, yeah.
Oh no. Good.
It's the same in every card game community. What is the most popular fucking YouTube creator? What deck are they playing? Did they make a video of them winning with it? And it's everywhere. Fucking hell,
yes,
man.
but yes, except sometimes I do cover decks that actually turn out to be stupid good.
Yeah.
Like Pidgrod, I don't see Pidgrod Reanimator everywhere. Fucking McFlash though.
Yeah, Pidgrod Reanimator was cool. Would have played it if I had the cards for it. But, yeah. Reanimator got so much better in 20 with Bones, fucking Flash, or whatever it's called. Blood to Bones.
Yeah, except for the fact that they're losing their like I feel like I don't know. I like they're losing their card draw dump spell.
Oh yeah,
they're losing voices and
that one
tormenting voices and chart, of course. They're losing both of those, which are both really good for Reanimate. Card draw, drop your big shit. Fuck yeah! Who would have?
Here's what I want. Here's the only thing I want. Please get rid of Teferi. Let's just ban him. I don't want Teferi anymore. I've lived in a Teferi world for like a month, and I don't want to live here no more.
I've barely even seen big Teferi. Mostly small Teferi being a little dick.
You've not seen like, oh, here's my 2 Teferis, Narset, and fucking whatever else deck?
No, never.
I've never really
ran in the full Esper.
It's so fucking bad.
People complain about it. I've never really ran in the full Esper.
I don't understand how they could conceivably think that Teferi was a good card to add to the game. Like, I hate fucking green because of what they do, but Teferi just breaks the game. Fucking bounce card back, you draw a card. Fucking, you're not allowed to play instant cards anymore. What? How does it have the effect that you're not allowed to play instant cards? Blanket. Not a minus ability, not a plus ability, just an ability, constantly. And then Hero of Dominaria, if it gets its emblem off, is like actually cancer.
Okay, but that's how a lot of them, when they get their emblems off, is pretty cancer. Except for the new Chandra, she's not cancer because her emblem is her plus ability.
The emblem also, it's the red. It's a red. It also costs like 6 mana to get out. It also can't be countered, admittedly, but yeah, I'm fine with the new Chandra. The emblem's not that strong until it ramps.
The big one isn't. The big one isn't bad.
Red ramps, it wins.
The only Chandra that actually matters is the one that generates 2 fucking elementals. That gets
one of them. I think that's the first one, and then the second one gives all elementals +2/+0.
She's cool, but she's not just 2 free elementals a turn.
It's not fucking Teferi, which fucking that's a shit and doesn't let you use cards, because that's fun.
Yeah, because that's all blue does. Hey man, what if alright, so we'll give them all unique things. Like white has life gain and generally deals with tokens. Black has like direct kill shit and death touch, and that's cool. green is like, ramp, go up and make things big, and red's just like, what if I burned you with my spells? Now, blue, on the other hand, what if blue is about not making the opponent play the game? Someone in R&D.
Yeah.
What if they didn't play the game, and then when they were combined with everything, also asked,
And surveilling and like other shit too. Every fucking color has its problems, but I find that blue and green are the most troublesome. So Simic is just a piece of shit.
Blue, green, hasn't done much.
Simic Flash, which people are starting to realize isn't as strong as they thought it was.
Well, yeah, it has the same trappings as every deck does, in that you don't you can't always get what you exactly need to win.
But if you do,
yeah, if you draw enough counter spells and then get things on the board and threaten your opponent, it's great.
I've learned recently that Flash is just kind of insane as a card due to Leyline of Anticipation. Holy shit! If you thought blue was bad, what if blue was literally fucking at any point at any turn?
Bro, I faced a dude who had like 3 ley lines in his first hand, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
He kept that hand for the memes.
Oh yeah, his deck was probably entirely memes. He fucking just like he dropped the white. He dropped the white one, the blue one, and I think he dropped. Yeah, no, they're all different. He dropped the white one, the blue one, and I think the black one. And I was like, "What the actual fuck, dude?"
Also weirder because the white one and the black one don't even really do that much.
I mean, the white. They're very much counters to specific things. The white one just says, "Hey, you playing mono red aggro? Get fucked."
Mono red aggro, or like Dimir control.
Oh,
hey,
that's true.
Those
yeah.
duresses and thought erasures are not happening.
Can't do that.
It's a really good card.
And then the black one really only hurts Reanimator.
Yeah, it's actually a bit surprising how much it can hurt, just in general. Yeah, if you don't do interact with the graveyard at all, it's basically
it hurts Reanimator and it hurts green and black because they like to bring shit back.
Yeah, if running any form of like from the graveyard, there are other things. I thought it was another situation it was gonna, but I don't remember what now. There are some cards that scale with fucking things in the exile pile, but those are neither here nor there. Anyway, yeah, ley lines are basically almost all useless except for like blue and green, but they do have their niche uses. They're fun.
I mean, the blue and green ones are also pretty niche. No one like it. Like you're gonna run. You want to run 4s to increase chances of drawing it in your opening hand, but then after you get the 1 down, every single other one is just complete disappointment.
That's the same with all ley lines. Yeah, that's fucking. It's kind of worth it, at least for. I think like the green is the most worth it.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah.
Especially since it has
green is actually basically the most worth it, since the more you have, the more your mana fuckers tap for more.
Not only does it stack, it has a second ability that I don't think any other ley line does, which is to give 1/1 to everything. No other ley line has a secondary ability to my knowledge. Red could have one, but I didn't care enough to look at it.
No, it just has the burn or shock your opponent if they dare to target you.
It's not a great ley line.
Yeah, that's probably the worst one. Oh, you're gonna target me? Get fucking shocked. Haha!
It's probably between red and black.
I
think you'd be more
give it to red because black has a niche against reanimator decks.
I think you'd be
red doesn't really do much.
It might just be biased because I play control, but I see a lot of face targeting. I don't know. I don't remember what red does because it's so insignificant. But green's just like, hey, 2 abilities and its ramp. Was the ramp not enough? The ramp was enough.
The ramp was enough.
Plus
that's what if you're playing green, but you gotta be
playing a
set of Llanowar Elves, bitch.
Look at this. We need to fucking appeal to the cynic too, and they do counters or something. So here's counters. Fucking proliferate ass motherfuckers. Oh lord.
They have one of the only alternate win
Please
one of
rotate
the
out.
only alternate win conditions in the game.
When are they fucking rotating? September?
I don't entirely. I am looking forward to this. Oh, that looks kind of interesting.
Just want them to leave, please. Go away. I don't want to be hurt no more.
The new set is based off fairy tales and shit, and that looks kind of neat.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that Modern Horizons?
No, it's they're the new set is Throne of Eldraine, and they've released a couple of card arts. We're getting a new unique kind of card. There's like a book looking thing in the bottom rather than like a standard card. So who knows what's gonna happen?
All right. That's magic.
Magic the Gathering.
I'm so intrigued by Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, you should play it. It's a good game.
I tried it, didn't like it.
You got a graphical glitch and decided to end.
Yeah, that's reason enough for me.
Nick doesn't like card games.
He doesn't.
I liked Hearthstone. I liked Yu-Gi-Oh! They were fun.
You did not.
I tolerated
not like
them
either
for
of those
you,
games.
Chris.
You did not. You started Hearthstone before I didn't even. I think I played Hearthstone like once.
For you, Chris.
I think I played Hearthstone like once.
Hearthstone's just fucking random. I don't understand how people could like Hearthstone, especially like having played so many other card games since Hearthstone. The worst part of every card game is a random element. Let's make a game based around a random element. Who did that?
Fucking you like tactics,
Blizzard?
don't you?
Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
Tactics?
Yeah.
What in the fuck are you talking
That
about?
has randomness in it, doesn't it?
It's also not a card game.
It's a small amount of randomness. Like, yeah.
I mean, you
You
said.
talking about the JRPG Final Fantasy Tactics?
I mean, you said the randomness
What exactly?
is the worst part of the game, but how do you fucking rationalize tactics then? Because
The randomness
fucking-
is also
What
part of the
in
fun
the
of the game, though.
world?
Sometimes you get really nice,
yeah,
cool fights.
exactly.
What are you
Right.
talking about, Nick?
I fought this I found a card I didn't know existed. Someone used it in a fucking annoying as shit way. There's this card.
Nick, did you just mentally omit a word in my sentence?
No. Tactics has a lot of RNG in it too, doesn't it?
What is wrong with
A
you?
little bit.
Yeah.
About as much as Fire Emblem does with the
What?
fucking with the
What?
stat leveling.
What crazy land did I just enter?
What are you talking about?
I said the worst part of every card game is the randomness
Oh,
element.
I missed the card part.
Yes,
You suck.
did. What are you doing?
My bad.
Oh yeah, the worst part of everything ever is the random element. I can say that with 100% authority. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm talking about right now.
Sorry, I missed the card part.
Man, fucking Darkest Dungeons suck shit.
I missed the card part.
Nick, you suck.
It was a conversation about card games.
I know, but I thought you were just generalizing from that point. Like, you really don't like randomness.
What about me do you think would make a super generalized statement like that?
Wow.
Fucking you think all movies are trash.
Oh yeah, that's objectively truth.
Okay.
Also, not all movies are trash.
Have you seen every movie?
Not all movies are trash, by the way.
Okay.
I like John Wick. I like the Avengers when I saw it. I liked fucking shit.
John Wick is a nice, fun movie. Fuck it. You want to watch a dude just kill a bunch of people? I think that's neat.
Short, cathartic fun. Yeah.
That's neat. It'd be neat to replicate that in the video game, then you remember the quick time of it, and you're like, never mind. I don't want this in a video.
He's in Payday. So you can play him there.
Nice.
No, yeah. So yeah, none of that. The worst part of every card game is the randomized element, and Hearthstone capitalizes on the randomness to my dismay. Holy shit, that's awful.
But you want to know? I'm going to talk. On something, I did find someone playing an interesting deck. There's a black card It's like a fountain or some shit. And if for every life you play, it puts a counter on it.
Oh.
When it has 4 counters, you play one whatever, 1 black, and you can remove 4 counters and destroy it. And destroy a creature.
Card. Yeah. If you play a Dental Vanguard, that card is just easy.
Oh yeah, I fucking saw that. I was like, I think I can win this. And then he fucking did that, and I was like, fuck you.
The thing is, with the Vanguard, you can pay that price as much as you want. And if you're playing vampires, you have lifelink. So you can just control the shit and aggro the fuck out of the enemy.
Oh yeah, no, he did that to a point, but I had removed for each of his Danto Vanguards.
Lucky.
It was like, hey, alright, buddy.
I wanna
What if
say-
I fucking teleported that one? Get the fuck out of here.
The unsung hero card of, like, I don't even know what set it's from, is fucking Fungal Infection. That card is fucking amazing.
They're just the -1/-1 make token.
Yeah, that card is
Pretty good.
so fucking good in so many situations, but no one plays it. I've never seen anyone else play it outside of like a fucking black-green fungal deck. That card
there's
deals with
there's
Vanguard.
a lot of things in it.
That card can get you either a trade or better. That card can deal with ramp. And it's instant speed. It's so good. It's one of my favorite cards. I think it might be rotating out, and now I'm sad.
Except it's also taking up the slot of Duress.
No, I run the rest anyway.
Duress.
I'm not as happy with the rest these days anyway. Fucking Thought Eraser's just so much better.
Fucking Thought Erasers. I mean, yeah, Thought Erasers can also hit creatures. Yeah, Thought Erasers can also hit creatures.
Makes it so much more likely. 2/3
Yeah.
of the deck. Usually, anyway.
Yeah. Kill. I mean, we're
Yeah,
fucking,
fungal infection was Dominaria. It's leaving. Fuck. Anyway, that's Magic, and that's card games.
if they could release a starter, that'd be neat.
And that's my week.
All right.
Are we gonna get new starter decks when they fucking?
I think we are based on core set 20. I think
That'd be good.
so. That way you know at least everyone has a general deck to fucking lean on.
Be really weird. You get into the game after fucking reset. Hey, fucking fucker.
Get
You get no
fucked.
cards. No cards. Fuck you.
Well, no, you get cards, but you can't actually play them. You can only play them in the fuck.
That's my week. Woo.
Oh shit. Yeah. Well, we're in.
If you'd like to skip the anime homework, go to 2 hours, 49 minutes, and 45 seconds.
And now we move on to the anime. Hey.
Yay! Alright, so Chris won last week
Stick
with
to what I said.
Mobile Suit
And Nick never gets a
Gundam
fuck.
Origin.
never-
It was a Gundam. You may now fucking continue to converse about yourselves.
Hang on. It wasn't just a Gundam. It's the origin of the Gundams.
Gundam
'Cause-
appeared for like 2 seconds.
Like we had roughly like 3 scenes with the development of the Gundams. Like there was MS-01, there was MS-03, there was the shot of the RX-78, and then there was the RX-55. Okay, so we had like 5 shots of the mobile suits and their progression, which I would have liked a lot more of, because that was fairly interesting. Also, why does fucking Doctor defect from the zombies? They never, like, actually explain that. You're just like, oh, I just want to get away from the zombies. Okay, but why, though? Like, they just...
Because they're kind of
'Cause they're
fucking
called
space
zombies.
Germany, motherfucker.
I know that they're space Germans, but he never says any of that. Which, by the way, they go full on with the fucking Sieg Zeon. All the Hitler references going on.
at the same time, you're like, I mean, it kind of makes sense. You know, you're in space. You'd like your independence from the Earth because the Earth sucks ass.
Mhm.
People have weird names in this show.
Anyway, what's Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin about, Chris?
It's about the Ord. Oh.
It's the story of actually not Sharazmal Caswell Daikun.
Hey,
And then also Armoro's here, and then all exactly why the 1 Year War is just stupid.
So, why are they fighting the war in the first place? Like, I get that they want independence, but why?
Like apparently they want independence, but you know the Earth isn't letting them be independent. So you know what? Fuck it. We'll fight you.
But why do they want the independence, Chris? It seems like they were already given a lot of power by the Earth Federation. Like,
Except they weren't. The Earth Federation were always there, always hovering over. Yes, you are allowed to have your own military, your own officials, and blah 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 blah. But we will not allow you to. It's like what? It's like I can't name an historical thing, and I don't think any would even matter to us. The only person that it would matter to is George. George isn't even fucking here.
yeah. But, like, they want the
He could probably find someone.
They want the...
He could probably find an instance of a country that was like, "Hey, can I be my own country?" And then the mother country said no. Like literally us, actually. Never mind. They found one, America, where we're like, "All right, we're tired of what the Earth Federation is doing." The only issue is, yeah, they didn't. There wasn't like an overarching thing that they didn't like. Like we didn't like the taxes and shit, and that was pretty bad. And then we said, "Fuck it, now we're our own shit." Yeah, there wasn't anything like that.
Yeah, no,
it was just, you know what? They're in space. They want to be free. Fuck this. Fuck it. Revolution.
It was like something vague, like, oh, for the fucking evolution of humanity. But you were already doing that by being in space. And, like, fucking... it may have been, like, something with Lala and her being a new type. I'm assuming she's a new type anyway.
She is.
Okay. But they never explain what the fuck Lala can actually do. Or, like, her relation...
They don't ever explain what new types can really do, being entirely honest here. It never fucking happens.
Okay.
The name gets tossed around 50 times. Ooh, new types. They exist. Ooh, this person is probably a new type. Okay, do we know what they do? No fucking clue. We just know they're really good at piloting our giant fucking robots, so fuck it.
Like, they never expand on, like, Lala and Char's relationship at all, which is really fucking weird. Like, it seems like...
that's because it all happens in fucking Gundam.
Okay, yeah.
This is the origin.
I would assume so, but I would have liked to see, like, some sort of interaction with them besides, oh, hey, you were being chased by
She showed up in one episode, and then showed up in the next episode, and then never showed up again.
No, she just sort of disappears.
Fucking dropped out.
Like, hey, this chick that you brought from Earth with you, she seems pretty important, right? Right? No, apparently not, because, you know, she just fucking fucks off somewhere. Like, you would think that he would maybe, like, use her power in some way, like, investigate what the power is or something like that. But no, he's just like, I'm just gonna, you know, fight without her. It seems like it would be a pretty useful ability. In any case, the fucking Gundam Noblo starts off episode 1. What was his name? Zanrem Daikun?
Xianzum Daikun.
Right. Okay, so Xianzum Daikun is about to give a speech for independence from the Earth Federation. They're on site...
Then it gets fucked.
They're on side 3, right?
I think it's side 3. It's Loom.
Anyway, they're on side 3, which is, how many? There are 7 sides total, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so basically how this fucking system works is that, back in Universal Century 0, the people of Earth decided, hey, it's getting pretty crowded here, we should probably go to space. And so they sent up a bunch of sites, and they went up there, and now there are different sides in space. They eventually formed different governments on each side, but in total, they're all still, like, fucking presumed to be under the control of the Earth Federation. However, as they start, you know, developing their own cultures and whatnot, side 3 in particular wants to become their own republic because evolution of humanity or some shit. They were given power initially by the Earth Federation, but they want to further that to be their own independent nation. And so fucking Zoom Daikun is the sort of leader of that ideal, and so as he's about to give his speech on like, hey, we want to be independent from everything, he gets murdered by the zombies because they want to cause unrest.
Okay, well, let me get this straight right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're called zombies.
Yes, that is their last name.
Their mother hated them.
I mean, that's the last name, though, so
Right.
that's not really...
Yeah, but someone married into that name.
That's the father's fault, then, for having a name like Zabi.
I mean, if you're the wife of a Mr. Zombie, that's when you get your tubes tied.
Okay.
Except
You don't want to
you make the child...
If your children go to fucking space kindergarten and they're named Zombie, they're getting fucking punked in that school.
Not if they're one of the leading factions of the country.
They're kind of the lead. They're kind of the lead. They're kind of the lead guys.
I mean, yeah. After
Zeon Daikun dies and his kids disappear, fucking goodbye.
Fuck my
yeah.
zombie.
So Zeon Daikun dies. His family is taken.
If one of them is socked, do they come free?
His family is taken into custody by the zombies, and then Rawl's like, "Hey, maybe don't trust the zombies," and so they leave. And then like the zombies get mad that, hey, you guys let them go. What's the deal with that? But then like moments, like probably like the same day even, maybe the day after, they show up to the funeral of Zeon Zoom Daikun. So I'm wondering why exactly they were mad that they left in the first place when they, you know, they're just coming back to the funeral. It's a little weird. Like they know where they are at all times, so it's not that big a deal for them to fucking go over there. In any case, the family stays with the Rawls, but then was it Cecilia? Yeah, Cecilia comes over and is like, "Hey there, I want to speak to the Daikuns." And so Casfall's like, "Hey, I'm gonna speak to you." And then we get the edgiest fucking shit of all time. Like, Jesus Christ. Okay, it's not actually.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's never. But Nick, what did you watch? You watched sub or dub?
I watched dub. Okay, so dub is the dub is extremely corny. It was funny as shit.
Not great.
But like it's really like watch the sub if you want to actually, you know, take it somewhat seriously.
That's what I did.
Yeah. But like the dub is just corny as shit, I guess is the way to put it. Like like episode 2, the mother dies and
Rip.
The reaction of Estrella is like, "Oh no!" It was funny as shit, dude. And then Castfall's like, "Oh no, oh no, oh no." It was amazing. Oh my god. But yeah, no, dub not that good. I think historically the dub's not that good for Gundams.
Build Fighters is okay.
But supposedly the sub...
Build Fighters dub was not good.
But that's what made it good.
It was hard, Garbo.
It was done by like a South American group for some reason. Anyway, fucking Cecilia and Casfall talk. Casfall is a super edge boy, but he's like super confident for some reason. Like, we didn't really get any of that, like, through any of his development. He's just, you know, super confident out of the blue.
Bro, he barely talked until that point.
Fucking, the first...
Might have said 5 words till that point.
I know, but typically if you're, like, super fucking confident, there's something affecting that. But no, he's just like, "Oh, I'm in this situation. My father was Zoom Daikun. I must be confident." And he's confident. So him and Cecilia talk. Cecilia's like, "Hey, come to the place and, you know, we won't fucking attack you or whatever." And then he's like, "Okay, deal." And then they go with him. Fucking Rawls are attacked. Rawls, like, grandfather or whatever decides, hey, or gets the opportunity to go to Earth, as well as the 2 children of Zoom Daikun. So Casfall and Estrella say goodbye to their mother. Their mother's like, "Hey, I'll see you in 100 moon cycles," or in layman's terms, 8 years. So fucking Casfall, Estrella, they both go on a journey with Mahamon to fucking get out of there. And fucking somehow Casfall is just super adept at targeting with a fucking mobile suit. Not actually a mobile suit, it's like a mobile... What'd they call it?
It's a glorified tank.
Yeah. It's a glorified tank,
It was-
but he's like super adept at firing and actually, moving the tank as well.
Welcome to new types / whatever the fuck the Gundam universe decides it's called now.
Yeah, no, he's just naturally gifted, I guess.
He's a new type, actually.
Okay, so it is a new type.
He is a new type, which for some reason comes with the ability to pilot mobile suits really fucking good.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's just the new type thing.
That's how they work, so I don't fucking know, dude.
Hey.
Or, whatever the Gundam universe decides they're called. Fucking coordinators, innovators, fucking bullshit. They're just really stupid good at piloting, and it's kind of dumb, but
Anyway, they fucking escape. They go to fucking Space Texas. Yeehaw.
They did not go to Space Texas, they went to Earth.
What? Oh, right. They go to Earth.
Earth!
They go to Earth, and then they go to Space Texas. That's right.
They went to real Texas.
No. They went
They
to
went to
fucking...
They went to Earth somewhere in a Middle Eastern...
Yeah. Then, like, what was it? 3 years? 4 years? Something like that?
Yeah.
It was 4 years, because she said, like, 40-something months passed. Anyway, like, 4 years pass, fucking... They've been under surveillance the whole time. They get found out by, another company, and their attempted murder occurs by a bunch of dudes. There's a lot of them with guns, but then there's one night dude. For some reason, like, who the fuck is that?
And he dies, so it doesn't matter.
I know, but, like, who the fuck wears a knight's armor? Like, I could understand it if he also had, like, a gun on him, but no, he just has a sword and knight's armor, and that's it. Like, what happens if they have a gun? What are you gonna do against that? Like, everyone else has guns. Why doesn't this knight dude have a gun? He just pulls around a sword like, oh, I have a sword, I can stab people.
To be fair, he got close to the people he needed to kill.
Oh, yeah.
He killed one and he almost killed the other two. He was almost successful for some fucking reason.
Like, I don't know why Rawl didn't have a gun on him, considering he's so fucking antsy. Like, he didn't bring anything with him. Like, he was in that shelter with tons of guns surrounding him, and he didn't think to bring one with him and keep one on him at all times? No? For the fucking inane dude? It's a little weird. That's a bit of a stretch. But anyway, Rawl's grandfather or whatever dies. By the way, Rawl never actually finds out about this. Like, Hamon knows, like, the situation of, fucking Castfall and Estrella, and she informs Rawl about this, but she doesn't inform him about his father's death, which is weird. That seems like a somewhat important thing, like, hey, your father's dead, and he's like, oh, I don't care, or something like that, but some reaction, considering that seems like a decent bit of information. Fucking, their new father, as in Castfall and Estrella's, he jumps out a window as the night dude's trying to kill him, and survives, because that's, people can just jump out windows and live, I guess. Is he a new type as well? Who knows? But
remember, it happened in Shield Hero.
Of course.
It did.
It was also a fat dude there, so I guess there's something about the cushioning.
Yeah. To be fair, he was also then in a wheelchair the entire rest of the series.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking...
He didn't go ahead and sacrifice himself to summon a bad CGI dinosaur.
That's dumb.
It was supposed to, he wasn't, like, that wasn't a dying thing. He didn't want to die. He got trampled by it. What the fuck they do that for?
Because it's funny. That's how villains usually, that's how we get rid of villains. Fuck it, they get killed by their own ambition. Stupid shit. You didn't think everything through.
But they usually don't want to die by their own ambition.
Yeah, but it just happens.
In any case, they're like, hey, we should probably not stay on Earth anymore. Let's go to Space Texas, because
Space Texas.
There's a dude from the rival company that Char's grandpa was trying to go to, and he shows up with his daughter and like, hey, go to Space Texas. And then they're like, oh yeah, let's go to Space Texas. And so they go to Space Texas. Yeehaw, they have horses and a saloon and shit. So that's fun, I guess.
His daughter also ends up on White Base, which is the good guys.
Mm-hmm.
In Gundam.
And then Castfall, now named Edwa, meets Char Aznable. Wait a
He's here.
minute. Who
He has
is
arrived.
this Char Aznavour guy? What?
He's a dude whose family lives on space.
Lives in space tech. So he gets accepted into the military academy, and then okay, so the rest of episode 2, they get to know Char and his family, and then Char's like, hey, military good, Xeon, let's go. I got accepted to military, let's go. And then they find out their mother dies in that hilarious scene, and then they kill off the cat for some reason, Lucifer. I don't know why. Like that just
because it wasn't in the original. Kill it somewhere.
I know, but
Fuck it, might be there because then it has a little bit more impact. If the cat dies there, okay, so the mother's dead. That sucks. Cat also dies. Major suck. Also, your brother's losing. Holy shit, your life sucks ass.
Yeah, no, they just triple down on the shitting of Estrella for some reason. Like it's extremely mean to do that. And then her new father dies later, and then the Aznavours die in the fucking base going off. Like, holy shit, everyone around her dies or leaves her. For all she knows, Char's dead. I mean, she finds out that Char's actually still alive, but what? Or not Char, fucking Castfall. I'm gonna call him Char now because that's basically what he is.
All he is, and that's what that's the name he takes up for until one time when he decided to call himself a different name, which was for dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went back to Char, and I was like, okay, guy, the fuck.
In any case, first 2 episodes, don't just pretend they don't exist. Just go to episode 3. It has a recap of the important parts of episode 1 and 2. Like,
Conveniently, every episode up until 5 has a recap of the previous episodes because they were released and then you had to wait 6 months for the next one to release. So, they can't really expect you to 100% know everything. So they just give you like a Cliff Notes version of what happened.
Yeah. But like episode 1 is really weird because it's very tonally inconsistent. Like one moment it's like super serious politics, but then the next moment it's like, oh hey, we're gonna be the funny haha now. But at the same time it's still super serious in that scene, which just gives off a really weird vibe. And then there's also a couple things like when the tank that Castfall and Estrella are in is going down the fucking road, we see that Cecilia goes up to her window and looks out and she guffaws at something, but we never see what she guffaws at for some reason. And she doesn't do anything with that. Oh wait, no, she does eventually go over to fucking where Rawl and Hamon are fucking setting up the cargo for them. Never mind.
Yeah. She had to get dressed and everything.
Yeah. Fucking sleeps in the...
How long it takes her to get dressed?
How long does it take her to get dressed, Chris?
I don't know, she's female, and the joke is that it takes them a long time to get dressed.
Ah, okay. Oh, fucking... The edgiest line from Castfall. This is in reference to the Zeons. Everyone's enemy, and I'm gonna take them out. So fucking edgy.
Good job, man.
So, Castfall for the first 2 episodes is a child, and we get, like, no information on him. Like, we hear from the principal that he's, like, extremely scary, but we don't actually get to see any of that. Which is, like...
Just hear that he's intense, and then...
Right. Like, it keeps...
Immediately, in, like, the next scene, they make him intense, and it was like, what?
I guess. Like, it insists that he's intense, and then we just have to like, okay, I guess he's intense then. Let's go with that.
I guess he's intense, but then it never happens again.
Right. Like we get small glimpses of it, but for the most part, it's just that one moment, and then
Oh no, it does happen again. Yeah, it does happen again.
When the dude fucking lays his hand on him, I guess, but otherwise, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's the one time.
Yeah. Like, and they set...
Other times he just has the thing on, and it never works, and then nothing happens ever again.
Right. Like, they insist that he's intense, and therefore he has to be intense, I guess. But fucking episodes 1 and 2, they give, like, no characterization to him. They start setting up the world, and, like, they start trying to, like, set up the conflict, but they don't really set up the conflict that well, because they don't really, like, push forward what exactly they're fighting for. Like, they're fighting for independence, but that's extremely vague.
It is.
They're fighting for giant robot waifus.
Not
Wrong
actually.
series. There does exist another series. Darling in the
Oh
Franxx.
wait, that was Darling. Yeah.
Darling in the Franxx, and then Gunbuster 2 also does.
Hmm.
Or it's called Diebuster. It's actually Gunbuster 2.
But dude, then episode 3 happens, and I started really enjoying the show. Because episode 3 and 4 are like the Char show. And it is fantastic when Char actually gets going. So, first off, Char, he's extremely overpowered, because he's a new type or whatever. And so that essentially allows him to do whatever. And he has like no flaw at all. Like ever. Like you could potentially say his cockiness, but like that never actually gets him into any trouble because he's just so fucking talented at everything that he can just get out of everything. Like fucking...
Thanks, new type powers.
Yeah, like episode 6, he finds Revel, fucking captured leader of the Earth Federation, but he escaped with the help of some other Earth Federation people. He finds him on a ship in like the middle of nowhere, but he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna capture you because this is gonna be fun. So like
Makes sense though.
He just knows everything. Like it's just he's too powerful. Essentially, he's OP as shit.
Nerf.
Essentially, yeah. Like nothing. Like he never has to struggle. It just all like comes to him super easily. Like he's easily manipulated Garma. Fucking the one dude who actually figures out his secret, like aside from Tachi, I guess, actually wants to, help him in defeating the zombies, which is extremely convenient for him. And then he can easily just kill him off because they're going into a actual fight, which is extremely convenient for him. Like, he's a fucking Gary Stu, man. Heard of Mary Sue? Well, this is the male version of it. He's super powerful. He has no flaws. Like, potentially, he could have had a flaw with, like, his family, but he leaves Estrella behind. Like, he does go back to see, like, oh, hey, I hope that she's not there through divine protection or whatever.
Texas.
But, like...
Let's go back to Space Texas. We just blew up the fucking ports in Space Texas, but fuck it. Here we go.
Yeah. But, like, he just doesn't... He's too powerful. He's OP as shit. Nothing ever actually challenges him. Like during the fucking fight in episode 6, like that's the one that ends the 1 year war, right, Chris?
Oh no, that's one like no.
Oh, that's still the beginning of the 1 year war?
That's the beginning of the 1 year war.
Wait, that's the beginning?
I mean, technically the beginning was when they took over, when they did the little rebellion thing in the
Dawn
Academy.
Rebellion.
Yeah. But, no, that's the beginning of the 1 year war. Earth doesn't lose. Earth doesn't lose after that. Why? They make the Gundam, and apparently the Gundam kicks everyone's ass.
Fucking... Hey, we have...
So yeah. So, well, because, like, so... What we're... So, yeah, they have their long... They eventually, yeah, the Zeon gets on Earth, and it pretty much sucks, because... despite the fact that, it's kind of annoying. Tanks are pretty good. What if it was a giant walking tank? Oh, that's pretty good too. And then they like basically take over most of Earth, but then the Gundam shows up and kicks everything's ass.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Gundam shows up and kicks everything's ass, and just continues to kick everything. I mean, it's literally its first going through that it has more powerful armor than what's currently on. The Zaku's are against fighting the Gundam. The Zaku's might as well have been made of paper.
Aside from Chars, anyway.
No, Char in the beginning fight, Char figures out that, you know what? I can't actually beat the Gundam in my Zaku.
Oh,
so
shit.
I'll just I'll kick it around a bit and I'll fucking leave. Fuck.
Damn, alright. So Mobile Suit Gundam goes over the 1 year war, the rest of it, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, no, that's the entire rest of the 1 year war.
Okay. But this is just like the very start.
Amuro takes the Gundam, goes to Earth, kicks Zeon out of Earth. Eventually, the Earth Federation does eventually make mobile suits, but they realize they can't all make Gundams, so they make essentially mass-produced Gundams called GMs, which are the equivalent to a Zaku, roughly.
Okay.
And then from there, they slowly beat out Zeon because Zeon's a space colony, therefore they don't have access to that many resources. I mean, they were on Earth and they were mining for a little bit. They have a little bit of resources and stuff to manufacture suits and shit. But after they're kicked off Earth, it turns really badly down.
Yeah.
To them. We go back to space, and then we kick Xeon's ass in space.
Woo. Anyway, fucking back to episode 3. So Char or Casfall decides, hey, I'm gonna go to the same place that Char is going to. But hey, Casfall's being followed by the fucking Xeons. And so since Casfall's deciding to actually do something with his life and not just stay stuck on Space Texas forever, they decide, hey, we should probably kill this dude because he's a threat. And so, they get to the space station, fucking Casfall plants a gun on Char, which ends up being that they swap places, and so fucking instead of Casfall dying in an explosion on a ship, he dooms Char to that fate instead, and then assumes Char's name in the military academy. Which is super fucked up, dude. It's super cold.
Like, I mean, he looks exactly like you. The only difference is the eye color.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, get fucked.
Like, hey, dude, I know you've been only nice to me, but I'ma doom you to death.
Listen, I'm gonna
Have
die,
fun.
or you're gonna die. And guess what? I don't like dying.
Yeah, I
buddy.
know. Fucking
Get fucked.
see ya, buddy. What's even worse is that fucking he assumes his identity as well. So his parents are like, "Oh man, our son, we're gonna go and see him," but then they just get killed when they're trying to, because that's unfortunate.
Yeah, because they apparently they got a few letters in the beginning, but I haven't heard shit. I haven't heard shit. And then at the end, and then near the end, they're like, "Yeah, he's the ace of Xeon now."
But does he ever come to visit us? No.
Oh, get fucked.
Yeah, that's super shitty of him. Fucking. Then he manipulates Garma in a lot of ways. Like he gets super ahead of Garma in like every way because he's super gifted and whatnot.
Garma
And
sucks.
Garma's like. Garma's the pretty boy, alright? He wants to be, he wants to be Char, essentially, but he doesn't have the courage or the might or any of the
Or the new
perfect
type,
Or the heart.
or the new type ability.
Right.
We're born correctly. Get fucked.
Get fucked, nerd. And so, instead of that, he tries to, try and sneak his way ahead of fucking Castfall, or Char, whatever his name is.
Sure.
On one of those practice missions when it's raining. Oh no, he slips and falls, and then Garma's like, "Oh, just kill me." And so Char picks out a knife. He pretends like he's gonna kill him, but then he makes friends because he can.
Well, because it'd be really suspicious if he died.
I mean, you can just say, "Oh, he fell." No, Chris.
You can't hide knife wounds.
Chris,
There is no.
He wouldn't.
They're also
he
in
wouldn't
space.
stab.
There's no wild animals, Nick.
Chris, he wouldn't stab.
There are
him with
these.
the
We
knife.
found the dead body, but there's these 27 unidentifiable bruises.
No.
We don't know what these are.
Nick, you do realize choking causes bruises, right, Nick?
No.
People don't just die
He was
fucking peacefully.
He was carving the stick like he was gonna poke him with it. Like it wouldn't be that out of the ordinary for as a person's falling down the side of a mountain, they get stabbed by a couple.
You underestimate forensics.
Like if
you underestimate space forensics, bitch.
Also, space forensics, yeah.
I'm-
Even modern forensics can tell you that was bullshit.
Yeah, hold up. So he was stabbed by a branch. But
where's the
if you
branch?
get stabbed, where's the branch? Also, when you get stabbed by a branch, you usually don't tend to be fucking off a branch. Also, this wound's a bit too clean to be a branch. He was clearly stabbed with something pointy. That's not how this works. You can't just fucking. Also, Char's the only other person there, which would have made him like uber suspicious.
all right.
Every other recruit is further down the mountain. Oh, Garma died. You're the only one here. The zombies are pretty bloodthirsty and will probably murder the first person they can that they think did it. Guess what? He would have lost that.
All right.
Yeah,
you got a point. You got a point.
You get the dead.
But yeah, instead of, killing him like a dumbass, he instead befriends him because that's able to further his
Because
career
Goku could do
by
it.
a lot. And by befriending him, it eventually comes around like, hey, the war is starting to heat up a bit. What?
We're gonna win with mobiles. What if we made giant fucking robots, boy?
What if
Did they
we
win
attacked,
with the power of friendship?
What if we attacked the Earth Federation city? Or base that's right over there as third years. How does that sound? And then fucking Char manipulates Garma into being the front runner for that. Like, it's all Char's plan, but he's just making Garma like the fall guy, essentially. It doesn't end up.
He still takes the fall.
Yeah, like, it doesn't end up working out, but like he still manipulates Garma into like convincing all of his other fucking third years to get into the plan,
Including one who then gets banged.
Mm-hmm.
Makes a kid. That's neat.
Fucking that
Charts out a little Char.
Dude, that relationship is fucked up. So
That is really fun. There's
So-
never anything to it either, except for the there that time, and fuck it. I guess they can marry each other and have a kid now.
okay.
What?
Okay,
What?
so Dozle Zabi is the superintendent of this school. During the plot to take over,
He's also the best zombie.
yeah. During the
Not a
plot
piece of
to
shit.
take over the Earth Federation base, they send I think her name was Mia or something. They send
Mia Zenomiya.
yeah Mia. They send Mia to go fucking inhibit Dozle's ability to come after them, considering that they need a bit of a diversion. All right, so she's the diversion. So she goes to Dozle's room, fucking pulls a gun on him, and then fucking he easily overpowers her because she's not gonna actually shoot him. And she gets questioned like, "Hey, who's the mastermind behind this?" And she's like, "Oh, it's Garma." And then next day rolls around, fucking.
Apparently, after he was done having his heart attack, that was Garma. He finally the next day in the morning rolled.
Next day rolls around. Mia goes into his room, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry I held you up like that." And then he starts breaking down in tears. "I have feelings too, And then he's like, "Please,
Well, bang, okay.
please have my children." And she just accepts it because he
Okay.
is her superior officer, and refusing that
That's
would
not
probably
no.
mean a lot of
No.
fucked up shit happening.
I mean, Nick, if
Chris.
you had the chance to marry into an extremely powerful and wealthy family,
No, rather, Nick, you had the chance to marry.
But Chris, it's the power dynamic that's the issue there. Like, he has...
it's not a
Is
power
it?
dynamic.
It is
though.
a
He's
power
not
dynamic.
even-
He has so
He's not
much...
leveraging it though. He's just asking, "Hey, would you mind fucking having my kids?" And fucking in her mind, she's like, "Holy shit, I can be part of the zombie family." That's
You gotta
instant
understand,
fucking good.
Space politics is a little bit different than Earth politics.
I mean, yeah, technically, yeah, he's a superior officer, and it could end up in a really fucked up situation. The issue is, he's the best zombie though. He's not a piece of shit. He generally
She doesn't
nice.
know that.
The viewer knows that.
She knows he's a zombie, and that, fuck it, if I marry this dude, that's literally the best package I get out of the military.
but
all right, I marry us into the zombie family.
But Chris,
Fuck this.
what happens if she doesn't want to marry the dude?
Shame, because it's the best opportunity she's gonna get, and she does it anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but if for
And it
instance...
makes sense because it's the best opportunity. Holy
It
shit!
might be the best opportunity, but does she love him?
Listen.
Chris,
Listen here, Nick.
Chris, it's
If
just...
I was offered $1 million and was like, "You have to marry," I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, done."
Chris. What if she
$1
doesn't...
million, or like for some reason they're like really powerful and some. Fuck yeah, bitch.
It's just that the power dynamics of the situation is a little fucked up when you take into account that he has all the power over her, and if for whatever reason she wanted to refuse, then there would likely be repercussions that would make her regret that choice.
Nick, it didn't happen.
There's the possibility.
It didn't happen, and it makes sense how
It'd be interesting to bring up if it did happen. It didn't happen, though.
I mean, yeah, not gonna say it happened, and then they always like fucking warning us about this shit. Like, don't hey, try to use the official channels, and maybe you won't get fucked by the military. Guess what? You'll still get fucked by the military, but hey, at least we told you to use the official channels, so you can't technically sue us. Get fucked. The military sucks ass.
Anyway, fucking Char fucking leads a... Or fucking Char
He leads a
manipulates
rebellion.
Karma into the Dawn Rebellion. Dawn Rebellion occurs. Fucking dude who figured out that Char was actually Castfall. He gets it right on the money, too. Like, he finds out that Edouard Moss is actually Castfall, who is actually impersonating Char right now. Like, he gets that right on the
Okay.
money, like, first try.
I mean, he gets the
Granted-
he gets the castful. He doesn't get the other thing.
No, he said he figures out that Edouard died on that thing, and then Edouard looked exactly like Char, and that Edouard is also apparently Castfall. He got all of that. Yeah, because
sucks.
he mentions researching like, oh hey, Edouard was on a ship to here, but, you know, died in transit, and he suspiciously looks exactly like Char. But then he also figures out that Edouard is actually Castfall in the first place, which I guess, like, he had 3 years to research it, so it's not too outside the realms of the possibility to, like, connect 2 and 2. Plus, it's more of a guess more than anything. It's an educated guess, mind you, but it's still a guess.
It's a really, I mean, he was apparently his friend for a long time, and then his friend suddenly decides he wants to talk to you.
Right, like
Ever. His
like
friend.
him figuring
friend.
out that Char is actually Edouard, I can get, but him also figuring out that Edouard is actually Castfall is a bit more of a stretch.
That's a big stretch. Yeah, that's a pretty big stretch.
He still had 3 years to research it though, so I'm not. It's a stretch, but it's not too far outside the realms of possibility.
And it pretty is like he's like grubbed. Yeah, no, totally. Name change. Castform Daikun Z Edward Mass right there. I found it on space fucking space government ID thing.
Space
It was
Google.
neat. Space Google. Yep, Castfall went under a name change to Edward Mass. Wow.
Anyway, fucking throughout the mission, fucking Char convinces fucking dude to go into a tank, and then he sets him up to die, but Char doesn't actually turn off the channel that the dude's on the entire time. He just listens to his death rolls, and that's chilling as fuck, because he just listens as the person who doomed to death just, you know, dies.
I am no longer Castfall. I am Char Aslan.
That
Hey, guy.
was so fucking cringy, dude. Like, who was that for? That was for the audience, if anyone.
It was.
So dumb. But yeah, episode 3... Episode 3 and 4 are definitely my favorites. Because the relationship between...
My favorite's episode 1.
I mean, it does give a reason for why. Like, we know... Like, yeah, we see, like, in the original Mobile Suit Gundam, yeah, we see him, like, just absolutely fucking kill everybody, and we're like, oh. And then we learn that, oh, yeah, he's actually the son of the Zeon leader that the zombies killed to gain power. And it's like, oh, so that's why he's doing it. But why? How did he get into the military under a fake name?
Well, there you
Oh,
go.
he just murdered another dude off of it. That's
Yeah,
cool.
no. And they suspiciously looked exactly alike.
It is real convenient.
It's really, really convenient. but anyway, like
New
in
type powers.
3 and 4, we actually get Char doing things rather than like 1 and 2 and 5 and 6, really, where he just sort of exists. Like, hey, we'll get to them, I guess. But
I'm really good at my job.
Yeah.
Being a
Fucking-
mobile suit pilot.
fucking anyway, Dozel figures out that Char was actually behind the Dawn Rebellion, so he gets kicked off and then gets sent to Earth. And then while he's on Earth, he apparently takes... Okay, so he apparently did R&D for a while with the Zeons while on Earth? Or that was just while...
Well, no, when he
I mean, the military facility didn't have any of those fucking walkers there. So for him to get experience with that would have had to have been after that.
Yeah, but I mean, we still entered a time skip though.
Yeah.
He might have chilled in Loom for a little bit, helping do some R&D testing
Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah.
before he went to Earth.
Yeah. So we
He
are...
even says that. He
Yeah.
even says that. Hey, why are you so good at this? Oh, I was in Xeon. I was over there.
Yeah.
Dude.
I thought for some reason the facility was on Earth, but yeah, no, he wasn't immediately expunged to Earth. He was like, it was just like, wait, no, he was immediately expunged to Earth. Like, he said, I've always wanted to see Earth, and then... Okay, no, he wasn't forced to go to Earth. He was just expelled from the school. Okay, that's what
Yeah,
it
he
was.
was just expelled from the school. He's like,
So,
hey, buddy, you fucking led a rebellion and a lot of fucking... But guess what? The worst that's gonna happen, you get expelled from military school.
Anyway, he R&Ds for a bit, goes to Earth, picks up a construction job, eventually fucking meets Lala, a girl who can predict the future? Question mark? She's a new type, she does new type shit.
It's just a... That's about the only roughly consistent new type powers. They have like a little bit of like precognition thing where they can go, oh shit, no.
Okay.
But it's not exactly 100% exact thing. Like, yeah, well, guessed it twice, or guessed right twice, and then fucking lost all the money in the next 20 rounds.
Apparently it was something...
You saw how many he won.
Yeah,
and then he was only betting one stack each. So, and then he lost all of the stack. Opportune moment. Like when he's about to get decapitated.
And
that's the only other thing about new is they technically can connect to each other.
Okay.
It's a weird networking thing where they can like help each other.
All right.
That
at least explains that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I can...
And like they never really take new type seriously until Unicorn. You remember the Unicorn Gundam and how it transformed and shit? That was literally just to hunt new types.
Yep.
The entire mode. New type destroyer, baby.
That's it.
Get fucked.
Then we also had the Laplace's Hexagon.
Laplace.
What was in Laplace's Hexagon? I don't even remember at this point.
A declaration when we first started going to space that if new humans ever came out of living in space, they would be guaranteed a seat of power.
Okay.
Basically, hey, if humans go good in space, you guys will help through the future. And then everything blew up, and then they decided, fuck it, we're going to tyrannize space.
Yep, sounds about right. Anyway, fucking,
Get space fucked.
Episode 4 rolls around, it's...
Jesus, you're only on episode 4?
Yeah. Fucking, the Doctor tries to, defect, he gets killed in the process, oh no. Fucking...
Yeah, and we see the first mobile suits in action.
Mm-hmm. And then we...
Did you plan on finishing within the next 3 hours?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Fucking, then we also get a snapshot of like, hey, here's the Gundam mobile suit. Hey, it exists.
You know, this is technically speaking. All right. So originally how it was supposed to go is that the Federation didn't have the gun tanks or the gun cannons. Those technically were part of the project the Gundam was a part of.
Yeah, the RX
and
series.
they were supposed to be a consistent fighting force. The Gundam was a close range suit because it had it had really good armor to protect itself, but it was also the fastest. I mean, it had legs. It didn't have the fucking treads the gun cannon has.
Right.
Or the treads that the gun tank has. The gun cannon was supposed to be a mid-range suit, has 2 cannons, has a gun, fuck yeah. And the gun tank was supposed to be a long-range suit because longer cannon. But they decided, fuck it, they had these anyways. And they got fucked.
Mm.
Because to be fair, the gun cannon are stupid.
So fucking...
Just make 3 Gundams. What the fuck?
Episode 4 is mainly just a setup for episode 5. Like, it consists of, Ben taking over, was it Luna 1 or 2? The Zeons.
I think it was Luna 2.
Yeah. So the Zeons take over Luna 2. Do they? No, they send the Site 2 in episode 5, right?
They said what?
Yeah, they send Site 2 to Earth on episode 5, not 4. Like as
Yeah,
a bomb.
there was a colony that wasn't really on board with the colonies are their own thing team. So guess what they do? They eliminate the small amount of military guarding said colony, completely wrap it up, and then fill it with gas to kill all the occupants, and then send it to Earth to fucking bomb the Earth.
Right.
That's nice.
It was humane to kill them first, because they wouldn't want to see the Earth rushing at them.
But they covered everything anyways. They couldn't see shit.
Yeah.
They covered anything everywhere. They even talked about it too. Oh, why are they covering? Come here and fight us, cowards.
Like, it was a little overkill to do that, but they had to do it the humane way, Chris. You know, killing an entire colony. Like, how many people are on a colony? Like, a couple million?
Nah, curb stomp them all.
A lot of people. I mean, when we got to the talks when Degwin, the big guy Degwin Zavi was talking, like billions of people had been killed at that point, and I was like, "Fuck, okay."
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
I mean, I mean, there's probably not a billion people in the colony. Probably closer to.
I mean, the Earth Federation has larger forces at all points in time.
I mean, how many people, Nick? How many people live in New York City?
Let's find out.
At least 12.
And technically true.
I'd assume over 1 million, realistically.
There's definitely over 1 million, because we have 1 million here. Or at least over 1 million here. On that.
I'd bet as high as 2 million?
8 million in New York.
Well,
oh, we could definitely have 1 billion people inside the colony.
Oh, yeah. No. Especially with New York being so packed. Like New York doesn't cover that much area, but it's super popular, and so you just move.
And those
that
colonies
space.
are pretty big.
Yeah. Easily 1 billion could be on there.
Yeah. Fucking, we killed 1 billion people just to fucking see if we could. Hey, we'll take a pot shot at the base they're building in Jaburo.
Also half the population of Earth. Who could forget that from the fallout of all the fucking.
We hit Australia, which is why narrative exists.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
But anyway, fucking. Episode 4 happens. Shar, after finding Lala, gets the. They don't actually show him getting the call from Dozel, like, hey, time to fucking come do a Gundam pilot thing. But he goes up to space to be a Gundam pilot there. And then fucking.
They figured out how to make fucking mobiles.
Yeah. And they took over Luna, and then fucking Char gets training for Gundam, and he's a Gundam pilot now.
He's an ace, because he takes off the limiters, and therefore he can move 3 times as fast.
Mm-hmm. Like in episode 5 now happens. It starts out with them like raising ground, like, hey, this is for the noble Space Lord cause. Let's do that, yeah.
Space is king, baby.
Mm-hmm. The fucking
Earth.
The fucking lead up to them like gassing all the people in Site 2 is perfectly done, because they like the setup to it is that oh hey, here's this dude, here's this chick. Oh, they're falling in love. And then they just cut all the music, like slowly, mind you. They just slowly cut all the music and let the fucking like they just let the atmosphere of the scene fucking sell it so well.
Ooh, it's cold.
Mm-hmm. Fucking, he slowly walks up to the fucking shelter, and fucking everyone inside's already dead, and he's just trying to get inside. Dude, that scene was fucking chilling. It was fantastic. And then they just fucking send Site 2 all the way down to Earth. It splits into 3 as a fucking.
And they kill more people.
Yeah, it's that whole scene is fantastic. I love it. Yeah.
God damn it, space Nazis. Also, the only thing that happens when they go negotiate is they both agree to never add shit. Like, all right, so if we're gonna war, we're gonna do it properly. We're gonna not use nukes and colony drop, because that's kind of a dick move.
Just a little bit.
Lenzion.
Episode 5 also has Tachi reaching out to Artesia like, hey, there's this dude named Char Aznable. He has a red fucking mobile suit. Maybe you should look out for him. Also, your brother's alive. Castfall. These two things are completely unrelated. Wink, wink. Like, I don't know why he's being...
Unlike you and your brother.
Like, I don't know why he's being so cryptic about it, rather than just saying, hey, your brother Castfall.
Well, it's because he hasn't confirmed it. It's just a hunch that he... chances are he's probably the dude. He probably did the same research that other dude did.
Yeah, no,
Like,
the dude fucking heavily implies, like, he heavily implies.
I haven't ever talked to the Char dude, but I'm like 90% sure.
99.9% sure, Chris.
I never talked to him. I never seen his eyes, but I'm pretty sure.
I wonder why he keeps them covered all the time. Couldn't be related.
I mean, at that point, he's basically Char forever, and he stays Char.
Yeah.
Which is weird, considering that, he could just reveal himself, and then maybe Zeon's shit would get stronger, but hey.
There's a slight animation error with Artesia's new father, where he just doesn't have a mouth for a little while.
Yeah.
And he must scream.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's when he's, like, fucking sick in bed, but whatever. Then fight breaks out like, hey, you support the Zeons. And then they're like, I mean, no, maybe, I don't know. But they fight for a bit, fucking father dies during that kerfuffle, and Artesia loses another person. There's so much death around her. Oh, at the same time, the Aznables fucking went to space, and they got killed as well. So that was fun.
Oh, and she gets badass for, like, the only 5 seconds she gets ever.
She gets that glint in her eye like her brother. Maybe she's also a new type. Who knows? Like, it wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Except for the fact that, unlike, she doesn't ever realize her potential. Like, there's one time where she steals the Gundam, sucks at piloting, shows up and fuck out.
Yeah.
Get out of the Gundam, bitch. I got fucking Zeons to... he kicks one ass.
While she... Like, after her father dies and she's informed of this, she goes to his room, and the sounds of, like, the gunfire and the fire and, like, all that shit just, stops for some reason. Like, she's suddenly not in a war zone anymore, which is a little weird.
Even though there was clearly a lot of people out there doing shit.
Like, there was fire, there were gunfire, they were throwing shit there, like, they just all just... And also, all the other people in the house, like, all that sound, nope, all that, just gone. Also, that's the episode where we get the fucking long-ass scene with Hamon singing. Like, it's fine, just doesn't add or detract anything, I guess. It's pretty worthless of a scene. Like, maybe it's setting up, like, hey, this is to set up for the space opera next episode. It's gonna be intense. Just watch the next episode. So yeah, next episode, episode 6, final one. Fucking... the first, like, half an hour of the episode is just the, it's the fight... Oh, also, episode 5 sets up this fight with all the strategy and such, but episode 6 actually starts the fight with, it's between the Tiamen, the,
Tianum fleet, with Revel being there, and then against the Zeon fleet. But the Zeons now have mobile suits, and we shift the tide of war from battleship combat. But that doesn't make sense because we never have any other idea of how war was to be waged in this new space universe.
Yeah.
Why do they have space battleships when there's nothing else to fight, guys? Oh fuck.
They're fighting each other.
Like, I know we had to have spaceships to help with setting up the colonies and stuff, but why are these spaceships battle ready, though? Who the fuck?
Like, assumedly, it's all because Professor Mikovsky was like, Mikovsky particles, they can also be used for weapons, but, like, how do they all know about this? I would assume it's from the fucking, what's his face? Prodigy boy. Amuro's dad. Like that's how the Earth Federation. That's how the Earth Federation knows, and that's also how the fucking the Zeons know.
Hmm.
Anyway, so from what I gathered, the ultimate plan of the Zeons was to fucking initially initiate the Tiamen. Is it Tianem or Tiamen?
Tianum. Tianum.
Alright, so
Something.
their whole plan is to initiate the
Federation.
Tianum fleet. Yeah. The Zeons are going to initiate the Tianum fleet with the Dozel's main force, and then they're going to back off, but then cut over to the other main fleet after diverting some of the resources to take care of like another base, and then clinch off that bigger portion of army, destroy them, and then that wins them the battle. But first they send the fucking mobile suits in to like discombobulate them and make sure that they are focused on the mobile suits, mainly Char, the Crimson Comet, or the Red Comet, fucking whatever. Like make sure they're in anti-air mode to deal with the mobile suits, so that way when Dozel's ships show up, they're able to just be right up next to the ships by the time they're able to like fire back at all. Which, by the way, there's a bunch of point-blank shots, and I didn't see many of the ships like fall apart immediately. I would imagine that the fucking Mikovsky particles at that closer range deal more damage than at a distance. But I don't know.
No,
Maybe they don't.
it's just for some. The Minovsky particles are literally just a power source for the mobile suits. Their combat effectiveness is in that they jam communications, effectively making it a battlefield consisting of you and the enemies you can see.
Right, but
which becomes kind of an issue when you're trying to communicate across the battlefield.
But the particles also power the lasers and such, right?
No, those are just lasers.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I would imagine that lasers in general though would be more effective at close range than distance, or whatever. Then the battle continues. So it's really difficult to ground space combat, which I know is an oxymoronic fucking statement, but like to make space combat believable, it's really difficult to do because there's 8 degrees of freedom. Like other shows do it by just sort of removing a lot of those degrees of freedom. Like
it's effectively the same. It's effectively the same. There's just a lot of places to go. Right. The only difference between this and air combat is you're never gonna have to You're never in danger of anything on the ground.
Right.
You don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about. Oh, the mountain is gonna come up. Maybe they'll fucking run into the mountain. That's not gonna happen, buddy. Fuck you.
But that makes it real. But because it's in space, it makes it really difficult to stage things correctly because anyone can go anywhere at any time.
Yeah. Up, down, left, right.
Like, I haven't really seen any like large scale fucking combat like this. Like, we had Gurren Lagann, but that was like one main ship against a bunch of smaller ones. But like to have like
those ships roughly size.
But like to have multiple like 2 different armies with like a bunch of huge ass ships and then the mobile suits as well, like fighting at the same time. Like I haven't really seen anything done to that scale before, and so by default this is sort of the best rendition I've seen of that. Mind you, the only time I got confused is when they fucking did the swap with like the ambush on the main fleet when they like backed off from the Tiamen fleet, because I didn't realize that that they went to where Char was to fight instead of staying with the Tiamen fleet. So that was the main confusing point for me, but for the rest of it, it was fairly like readable as to what was going on. But fucking Char just exists and is like, hey, I destroyed a fleet, or I destroyed a cruiser with one shot. That was cool, right? Yeah, it was, buddy. You do that. But fucking, we don't get much characterization for Char.
No.
It just sort of
already peaked. This is it.
like
Nothing else.
like this is the battle that gives him the name of the Red Comet. Like that's his huge ass nickname. But like we see him like twice in the battle. Like there's the initial one where he like dives down.
Did you see how many fucking people he's killing now? Fuck this ship, fuck that ship. Oh, I'm flying past this ship. Get fucked.
It doesn't have any impact though. That's the issue. Like we see him.
Yeah, there's only a couple times to go into and watch him get.
Like it helps that we get the testimonials from the other people, like fucking that one dude who tries to give Char his ammo because he knows that fucking Char will use it better than him, or like the other people like being in awe at like, wow, I can't believe he's moving so fast, or like how he's destroying all this. Like that helps to sell the like amazement of Char in this battle. But at the same time, I would like to see Char actually performing these feats, which we don't.
When you do in like the 5 seconds when he destroys like 5 ships.
Yeah, but that's like 5 seconds, Chris. We don't like he's just a background character in all this. But he's.
I mean, everyone else. I mean, he there's he at least has more than the rest of them are glorified background characters.
I just wanted more. That's all. Like, give Char some more screen time, please. I would like that.
Hey man, just go ahead and watch Mobile Suit Gundam. Just watch him fucking fight Armor.
Yeah. Fucking Char being smug, like him being just a smug asshole when he talks to Garma is great. Like he knows that Garma's just doing this to try and like outpace him, and Char's like, "Yeah, I get you, buddy. You go ahead and do that.
Cool.
Here's a little pound in the head, buddy. You do that. You do that.
Cool, my dude."
Mm-hmm.
Ground combat is so much more dangerous. That's the word. Dangerous than space combat is.
Well, I wish you well in your endeavors, my friend. It was so good.
Damn it, sure. Let me have something, please.
Fucking, we get a little bit into Char's ultimate goal, quote unquote, and that's for him to be able to fly freely and fight wherever the fuck he wants. And that's why he doesn't fucking stop Revel when he's released. Like, he knows that some political plot is going on, and that it is in some way to do with extending the war. He knows that it is some way to do to extending the war because if it was for terms of peace, then he wouldn't have been let out. Like,
Revel
especially when it's like in a sneaking way instead of like him being informed about it.
Revel is pretty key. In turning the tide back for the Earth Federation. It also helps with his ability to inspire his team by actually being on the field fighting.
Mm-hmm.
He's there for the battle at Loom, and then he's also there in a couple of battles in Mobile Suit Gundam, actually leading the team from the battlefield instead of what most generals do, which is just like, they'll be fine.
Yeah, like Garma or.
Here's the plan. Here's the plan. They'll be fine. Here's the plan. They'll be fine. No. Battle the ass real quickly. Oh, cool. A bunch of mobile suits. Oh, cool. We lost half our fleet. Holy shit. This is bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but dude, fucking, when Garma gets to actually, when we get to actually see him do his ground combat, that's great because he has no regard for anything. Like, he just wants to slaughter them all for the glory.
He's just
like,
he says a couple of words that aren't kill, but he might as well have just said kill,
yeah.
kill.
Murder the infidels. That's essentially, like, they even show, like, this mother and, like, her baby in her hands running away from the mobile suit. And he's just like, kill them all!
That's a throwback to another scene where mobile suits are shooting inside of a city. There's another scene where mobile suits shooting inside of a city, and you see one of the bullet canisters hit a lady in the head.
Like, the bullet
But
casing...
less brutal, apparently. Less brutal.
Dude, the casings are so big, that could easily crush anyone. It just fucking flunks on her head. It's great.
Like, okay, neat.
Fucking... Oh yeah, Amuro is a thing. He's been having
He shows
fun
up.
with his girlfriend, quote-unquote, I guess.
Not really. Just one of his fucking, like, 3 love interests. He gets her. Remember that bitch that shows up and says, "Hey, move to space, Texas"?
Hamon?
No, the
Oh,
when they get
the daughter of the rival company. Her.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah, she ends up on White Base. She's technically there. Fucking, and then and then guess what? Guess who else ends up?
Estrella?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because fuck you. She doesn't want anything to do with the war, but fuck it. Now she's on a warship with on the Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
The Gundam, and Armuro's there. Which helps give a little bit more believability to why he can pilot the Gundam so good, other than fucking new type bullshit.
It's just new type bullshit, Chris. That's all. That's all.
I mean, to be fair, he wasn't even that good in the first fight. He was really carried by the Gundam. Shark and douche. I can't actually just fucking shoot it with my machine gun and it'll blow up. Fuck.
That's unfortunate. Guess I'm gonna zippity-doo-dah out of here. Anyway, so yeah, Amuro's a thing. He's a slob, and then he finds out about all the Gundam stuff. He goes to the fucking Federation Force base like, hey, tell me what the Gundam is. At which point the goons of the Earth Federation go to his house, take all the Gundam stuff, somehow scratch the walls?
No, that's just implied that it's been there. They probably scratched the walls.
I mean, like, there were a bunch of scratches on the walls that weren't there in, like, previous scenes. So presumably that happened by them, taking the stuff out of the room. But, like, how?
One of the movers was a mutant porcupine,
there was-
and his quail scratched the walls.
I don't know, you try and push it over, you push it against the wall.
I know, but there was nothing that tall in the room that could potentially have been, dragged across the floor.
Was there not server stacks in the room?
I mean, were there? I'm
pretty sure there were server stacks.
I remember there being oh no, there was. Alright, never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Like, I remember there being the one computer and then, like, the tower next to it, but... Okay, yeah, no, there were server stacks.
Store all the Gundam data.
Mm-hmm. Whatever that may be.
It's made out of Luna Titanium.
Yeah.
That's the only reason it's good.
Where did Amuro get a car from? I would imagine his father sending him money, I guess.
That was their car. He doesn't have a car. He has a bike. A motorcycle. That was Kai's car that they took, and then they stole a bulldozer.
No, after that. Like, he takes a car to get to the Earth Federation base, and then he takes a car back to home.
He Ubered. Fuck you.
No, he owned the car, though.
Did he drive it?
He drove it. Solo. No one else was in the car with him.
Was there not?
No. I'm assuming that his dad sends him money back, but I don't know why he would send enough money to fucking buy a car with.
I mean, he gets paid a lot by the government. He's developing Gundam.
I mean, probably. It probably makes sense.
Not really though. They don't really believe the Gundam's good until they lose that loot. Shit, this is bad, guys.
Maybe we should.
The gun cannons are actual garbage. We should probably invest more in the Gundam.
Mm-hmm. Man, we got destroyed by these mobile suits. Maybe we should make a better one.
And they did. The Gundam was much faster, had a lot stronger armor, had way better armaments. First one to have beam weapons, fuck you.
Mm-hmm. I like the detail with Dozel, like the handrail that Dozel was continually clamping onto. All of it was cramped in a bit because of how much he fucking crimps onto it or clamps onto it with his hands, like being bare hands and whatnot, which is good. I like that detail.
He's a big guy.
Yeah. Like, and it's not just that one specific place. Like, oh, this is the only place that he would. No, he places his hands all over the place, and it's all crimped. It's great. I think that's it. That's at least all the things in my notes.
Yeah. We get to the end, which sets up the beginning of Gundam. Like, okay, we've caught wind that the Earth Federation is developing mobile suits. Shari are going to make sure that they don't get mobile suits, or else we lose.
Yeah, especially because of their fucking enhanced resources and whatnot with the Earth and whatnot.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Fucking in the dub, they don't actually like in the dub at the very end, there's like they fucking do freeze frames on a couple people and they pull up title cards along with them to like say, hey, this is who this person is. But in the dub, they don't like
They don't change. They didn't add any subtitles to tell you who the person.
Right. So I assume that they are important and they do something, but
They were all.
what do they?
You know that white battleship, and then we get the one like little officer dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he becomes the captain of that ship because when they dock to go get the Gundam, everyone else dies.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming they all become crew on that then.
Yep, everyone becomes crew. Kai becomes the pilot of the gun cannon. Kai becomes the pilot of the rest of his friends just help become crew. And then fucking Sayla's on there. Fuck you.
Sure, I guess.
Eh.
Let's go.
And then she never shows up again.
Nice.
I think she shows up in like the third series for like 5. Look, Sayla still exists.
Fucking didn't she show up in Build Fighters?
There were like 50 cameos in Build Fighters.
Okay.
Especially when they did the there was like there was like a fucking nice little short thing where the main character and his friend fought.
Yeah.
For a little bit, but like before that, there was like a couple of like shots of like people having fun at the festival and stuff. That is chock full of references to a bunch of different series. You can pick a lot of people from there and be like, yep, that's from that series and that series and that.
Okay.
That's basically the most fun people had with the series. Hey, look, they recognize us.
So
all right.
So the animation at first is a little weird to get used to. Like they switch from 2D, like in a very old style of 2D, to then the CG fucking mobile suits and, you know, ships and whatnot. And that swap is really jarring at first. It becomes more natural as you get used to it, but like initially it just throws you for a loop. At least me.
It's not. What do you think about the 3D though? It just looks just a tad off.
Like
to me, like it's just a tad off from being good.
They looked plastic.
Which is fair. It's a giant toy commercial.
Yeah.
Fucking right.
But they just like everything had this like weird sheen to it, which like just it's a little off-putting.
Oof. What?
Yeah. Like it's not bad. It's just
not. I mean, it's nothing amazing.
Right.
I think. Like it's not bad terrible as some of the CG and fucking Shield Hero at the end.
Right.
Those guys firing.
I imagine not.
Those guys firing the arrows were not great.
I think I would have probably preferred it to just all be like 2D though. Yeah. So that way there's not that like this is like the 2D is definitely good. It's just that, you know.
But is it Land of the Lustrous?
No.
It's good at styling. No.
Oh yeah, that's small reprieve from all this shit. Land of the Lustrous had an update in its manga.
Ooh.
Is the update good now?
Yeah. Next one, please.
Okay.
We went
Nice.
from one kind of cliffhanger to another kind of smaller cliffhanger. Thanks a lot.
Oh, well, they did fix some things. Now you're a little bit more happy.
Well, it just went forward more, which is all I wanted, but now we go forward more.
Oh, but you said bigger cliffhanger to smaller cliffhanger. Like,
Yeah,
at least
I
gave
mean,
you
we
some-
figured out what
at
was
least gave you
happening at the
some
end of
information
79.
there. You're like, yay.
Just more, please.
Okay.
I can't wait for it to have an unsatisfying ending.
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Can't say.
The music.
I mean, that's the thing, though. Nothing is ever out. Nothing is ever without being nothing. Nothing ever good is without eventually having something bad. There's always bad.
Well, even if that is the case, at least the rest of it was good.
It was.
The music was fine for the most part. Like, I don't have any qualms with it, but it doesn't. It's not, there was no 3 times the passion of ordinary flamenco though. Which, why was there no 3 times the passion?
Did you
of
just
Ordinary
fucking
Flamenco?
reference the Gundam Build Fighter?
I'm assuming that's like all of Gundam's song though. Is it
What?
3 times passion of ordinary flamenco?
I mean, it's only in Build Fighters.
Fuck. Why?
Because I don't want to ever reuse their.
Dude, it's such a good song.
Yeah, but it was made for Build Fighters though, which was like super later.
Yeah, I guess. Like in, but yeah, there was no like standout song that I would, like, go back to or whatever. It fit. It was fine. Some of the sound effects for the lasers were a little off. I can't tell you I can't tell you why. It just seemed like they were
You heard it and it sounded wrong.
right. But not all the lasers, only some of them, which is weird.
Only some of those lasers were.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this tank.
Fucking. I mean, overall, I still liked it. There was political intrigue. There was giant space battles.
No way.
Fucking. If it had just focused on Char more, I would have liked it a lot more. And like fucking what he does. Like episode 3, episode 4, great. More of that, please. More Char. I like him. But like they just sort of they take the focus off him to develop like the backstory for like Gundam as a whole, which if I knew more about Gundam, I would probably appreciate it a lot more, but not being a fucking like I've seen Unicorn, I've seen the 2 spin-offs, and now I've seen this. But that's like not much of the main storyline. Like the main storyline's referenced in fucking Unicorn, but I don't know much of it essentially.
Well, there's only 3 other series. There's only 3 with a lot of
Yeah.
Gundam, Zeta Gundam, and then Double Zeta.
Okay. But yeah, I just
All of which are pre-2000, so.
yeah.
Oof.
I just don't get much of the like extra stuff that it probably sets up. Which I would eventually get if I, watch Gundam, the rest of it. But, as of right now, I don't have all of that context to help this out. So, I mean, it's probably 6, I would say.
Oh shit, did we reach scores?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've reached the score time. And you
Stop
get to
fucking
score.
farming then.
Like, I still like it. I still think it's good, but a lot of it's just lost on me.
Dive deeper.
Maybe I will.
Anyway.
Chris, score.
I'll give it a 7.
Alright.
Neat.
I'll give it a 5 just to make it an ascending order. Or descending, on your opinion.
Alright. Fucking.
I think some guy died and there was a speech or something, I don't know.
Yeah. Anime homework done.
Like
Except, the other part of it.
So, Eggy,
Yeah.
what are you recommending?
Well, actually, hold on. I have to go to the restroom. I'll be back.
All right.
Okay. I've been fucking farming white mage this whole time.
What level are you up to now?
Hmm?
What level?
Oh, 11.
Oh, nice. Fucking one level.
I didn't do that much. I was kind of just crafting for the good few parts. I didn't start like halfway in, and then just did daily roulette and guild heists.
Oh, all right.
Until I realized only really the first time a day does it really matter. So yeah, that. Went and did the hunting log, finished off the first 10, you're gonna do the next 10. That's great, fun. Yeah. I enjoy it. I like healing. Healing's fun.
I forgot about the hunting log.
Hunting log's great when you need quick boosts of EXP. Especially when you can only do your class level story quests every 5 levels. You start looking for things, because as a white mage, battle leaves aren't the greatest option. You don't hit hard. I have 2 offensive spells.
I can just get a carry.
No, fucking solo.
I'm not gonna do any dungeons either.
Well, when I'm in dungeons. It pairs me with people at that point. I just do the healing bits. And that's fun. I like doing that.
Alright.
But tossing stones isn't exactly fucking
The most
viable right now.
intriguing gameplay.
Oh no, it's intriguing enough. It just isn't viable for solo. Cast 1, cast 3, cast 1, cast 1, cast 2 on self, cast 3, cast 1. The fight's probably over at that point. Move on to the next one. That's why hunting log is so good. There's weak enemies that give much more EXP than they should. So what have you been playing?
Well, there's this little known game, don't know if you've heard of it, League of Legends.
You know, Chris is gone. Now's the time you do your week if you could.
Fucking, it's not actually a week though, because for it to be a week, Chris has to deem it as such.
Cool. What were you going to talk about in your week?
I was not.
Yeah, you can't talk of your week, can you?
Nope, can't.
Off, man. What the? No.
I wasn't going to anyway. Iggy was trying to pressure me into it,
No, well, you're not cool if you don't.
but I don't fall into peer pressure.
I'll sing
That's what you
alternate.
do, though. Hey, Nick, I bought you this game. Now fucking
Oh,
play
sweet,
it.
let's play that.
Hellsing Ultimate, by the way.
Ooh, who's it by?
That's a really good question, actually.
Fucking
Hellsing Ultimate is by Madhouse and some other people. But notably Madhouse.
Yeah, they did One Punch Man Season 1. That was good.
Yeah. I watched a bit of Hellsing Original. I just looked it up right now because I always knew Hellsing Ultimate existed, but I wasn't sure what it was. Turns out Hellsing, the original back in 2001, ran out of manga material to follow, and the latter half of it was basically just OVA. So, Hellsing Ultimate.
Ah.
Hellsing is about a fucking a vampire man. Namely the creepy looking motherfucker on the picture there. It's also about this other chick who he turns into a vampire because he saved her. But fucking this dude's all creepy and they're like a whole military thing. I don't know. It's good.
Movie police lady.
Also, it's not just by Madhouse.
Yes, I know. I said that. It's by 3 people. Most notably Madhouse.
Madhouse is only for...
Nick, what have the other people done?
Okay, so we have Sate Light, who have done things like...
Please look through the top 5, and if you don't recognize the top 5, then fuck.
Sometimes that's not the most indicative. I'm pretty sure those are just the 5 most recent.
Last Hope, I guess? I think I've heard that.
Fuck is Last Hope?
Fucking
Never mind, doesn't matter. Okay, alright,
Oh,
keep moving.
Macross Delta, fucking...
Okay, cool, so that's not good.
Macross Frontier, Shugo Chara,
Oh,
Doki. Fairy Tail.
Wait, what?
they
Hold
were
on.
part of Fairy Tail. Okay.
Co-productions with A1 Pictures.
So what's the other person done, Nick?
And then the other studio is
Oh, that's super not wrong, is it?
Graphinica.
Oh,
Love Live. Quadruple
Love
S
Live.
Gridman. High School
Oh,
Fleet.
that was people liked that.
Girls and Panzer movie.
I heard people like that shit.
Ooh, Fractal.
Fractals from Guild Wars?
No.
This is a very strange. There's a lot of abnormalities about this show I'm catching right now. Firstly, it has 10 episodes. Very strange. Secondly,
10.
it aired from 2006 to 2012.
10 episodes, 2006, 2012.
Every
Nice.
episode is 50 minutes long.
Oh.
Yeah.
A few abnormalities. It was done by 3 different studios.
Right.
I've never seen an R17 plus rating before.
Really?
Or R18, never R17.
I mean, I imagine there's probably bloody bits.
Oh yeah, no, it's very bloody.
And that's
The
usually
first
enough to
comment
do
I
it
saw
unless
was-
you're doing it. That's
Someone
usually
said-
enough to do it.
Someone's saying, I never thought I'd find something bloodier than Berserk. Evidently this is.
Nice.
So yes, that.
All right.
Nick, what are you recommending?
I'm recommending Mobile Suit Gundam.
You're shit.
Look, I.
Oh, oh, Nick, what the fuck?
dude.
How did you?
Dude,
Why?
I really want to know about Amuro and shit.
All right. We know where this is going. We're gonna go to the voting process. Nick,
Yeah.
how does the voting process work?
All right, so.
Well, no, Nick doesn't know how the voting process works is the thing.
Well, first off,
Not only that, there are variable rules, so Nick, shut up for once.
First off,
Here's how the voting process
First off,
works.
Mobile Suit
No,
Gundam is
no.
by Studio Sunrise. It's 43 episodes.
Nick, shut up, we don't need
Yeah,
this.
fucking.
Oh, fucking ready.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so fucking, normally, well, here's how it works with 3 people. The person who won last time gets a vote. It's basically the person who won chooses. Chris, what show do you want to watch? All right, we're done.
I'm gonna say I was tempted, and then fucking Nick decided, you know what? I'll go with the really fucking stupid safe play.
All right, so we're gonna have to put in some new legislation here because I'm noticing a trend.
What?
Well,
Okay, so
Nah.
we're
it was just
going to
unfortunate.
watch. We're gonna watch Mobile Gundam.
Yeah,
Yep.
Can't believe Nick is this smart to go with the stupid safe play and didn't choose some fucking etchy trash he found. And cool.
I mean, the thing is, if I didn't like Double...
Oh, wait a minute. Nick, change your fucking show.
I mean, that's only if I go first. I didn't go first, you did.
Yeah, no,
He
fuck
didn't
you,
go
no.
first. He didn't go first.
Like, and the thing is, if I didn't like Double O enough, I wouldn't have recommended, Mobile
Yeah.
Suit Gundam. But I liked Double O enough, so Mobile Suit Gundam is the logical fucking conclusion of
go.
that.
Nice. Yeah, we're probably gonna end up with some new legislation, but I'm okay with it.
Some amendments need to be made.
Well,
We'll talk about that later.
like, you're not allowed fucking...
Well, really, there really is nothing can be done. Pandering is pandering. I don't think you can fucking take out pandering.
Yeah, you can't take out pandering. It's really
I mean, you could do, like, no 2 shows
want
from
it-
the
if
same
you want it-
series in a row, but, like,
I don't
how
yeah,
often
but
does that even
sometimes
come up?
sometimes the shows are good. and
doesn't-
We want to
that
watch
doesn't-
the next.
thing. Gundam's kind of unique in that respect. Nothing else has that because usually they're considered seasons, but Gundam isn't like that.
Right, they're all, like,
Yeah.
independent.
They're
of
all
each other.
fairly self-contained.
Right. Unless
Yeah.
it's, like, a direct people, like fucking Double O.
Yes, I'm not going to fight that. I could. I feel like I'm warranted, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, it just means you can continue focusing on whatever you want.
Oh yeah, no, I'm straight not going to watch that.
You gotta watch the first episode.
I'm not going to.
Really?
No,
Why?
because I barely pay attention to the fucking last one. I hate Gundam.
It's a
I can't help it.
requirement.
Yeah, fuck you.
Gladly.
All right, so
This is quite possibly the smartest move done in life.
all right, so what now?
Fucking, I don't know.
We're gonna watch Mobile Suit Gundam.
Yeah, buddy.
I watched this back like in 8th grade. It was okay. It's the 80s and you kinda have to understand that. There's a lot of shit. But hey, it was successful enough to keep going forever.
Essentially.
They're not stopping yet. And we keep and the people that have been fans for a while do have issues with on, but still keep fucking paying into it. So hey. It will die when it really does.
Like Pokemon.
Try doing it. Will this kill Pokemon? Maybe.
No.
Probably not though. No, because they're continually trying to make it more of a casual based game, and the more they do that, the more the money they'll never die. Alright. What are we doing now?
So, Chris,
I
dub,
feel like that's the end.
dub or sub for Gundam?
Dude, I don't know. Fucking watch one episode of one, watch that. I watched it back in like 8th grade, dude.
Okay.
It was something okay. I was like, I like Gundam. I should actually watch Gundam.
Like the original.
Well, because like the only exposure I had was like I had some fucking PlayStation 2 games around Gundam, and I had built some model kits. So I was like, you know what? I'll go and actually watch, because why not? And I was like, you know what? That was okay. I came out of the experience. That was neat. That was neat. It's probably not something I'll come back to immediately, or ever maybe. But hey, I can at least say I did watch Mobile Suit Gundam, the original. But yeah, cool.
Sweeto.
Anyone have anything else they'd like to discuss?
I feel like we don't. We are just 3 today, so
Yeah.
that's not unusual.
Oh man, but what if I gave Nick a week because I felt nice now?
You could do.
Hey Nick, here's your week.
Oh shit, let's go.
Out of making probably the smartest play you've done in a while.
It's Nick's podcast now.
Holy shit.
It's the Nick podcast. No one else has anything to talk about. But we'll go ahead and shit on Nick for whatever he talks about. Nick, if you talk about League of Legends again, I will cut off your week.
It's basically make LCK the last thing you talk about.
Nick, if you talk about League, I will cut off your next week.
Okay. I won't talk about League. That's fine. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Not much even happened anyway, so.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the main issue is if I don't have League to talk about, I don't really have anything to talk about.
Damn, Nick, what the
Nope.
fuck?
Because like,
It's not my problem.
Because like I haven't been streaming. Oh fucking my air conditioning went out, so
That sucked ass. That sucks ass.
I mean the thing is, I don't really feel the change in temperature. Like supposedly my room is the hottest.
Oh right. You're weird.
Yeah, like
Well, you may have acclimated to your fucking room's temperature naturally, and you don't notice it.
I know, but like
I mean, yeah, that's the way it is for me. Your
Mhm.
room is the nicest room. It's a room. I don't exist. What the fuck?
I've been told by like all of my family that my room is the hottest in the house. But like I never feel this change in heat that apparently occurs, like even stepping through my doorway apparently. It just doesn't faze me, I guess. But then
Makes sense. You wear a sweater the entire time,
and then the air conditioning goes out. It was apparently out for like a day or something. And apparently my room got hotter. I did not notice this change in temperature.
okay, now that's a big issue. The actual fuck, Nick.
Fucking I
It
don't
could just be your nerve endings have ended themselves.
possible. But like I can still feel like hot water. I know when like the ground's hot because you know when I'm barefoot or whatever.
Yes, but those are more extreme. What if you're not feeling? What if they're really extreme? You just don't feel them as extreme, but they're extreme to you.
Nick, my
Maybe.
power went out and I felt the difference in like 5 minutes. Air conditioning's not working. This is ass.
I have a fan. I use that fan.
Yeah, but when your power goes out, nothing works.
But yeah, no, like
I had no fan. I had no air conditioner. I want. guy.
But like, I don't care what
Arizona.
I don't care what the weather is outside. I always wear like a jacket because it's comfy. And so, like, temperature doesn't matter to me in that respect. I don't know what it is with temperature and me, but I just don't like care.
Wait, do you take hot or cold showers?
Typically extremely hot.
Yeah, so your nerve endings are probably just dead.
Mm-hmm. Like, if there's not steam coming off of me, like, it's not a good enough shower, I guess is the way I
In the
would put
middle
it.
of summer.
Like, I like it scalding, essentially. But, yeah, my air conditioning went out. I would have been fine in, you know, the increased quote-unquote heat, but my family was like, hey, no.
We're leaving, fucker.
Yeah.
Get in the car.
Grandparents are out of town, so we're just going to use their house. So they called, they're like, hey, we're going to use your house. And they were like, okay, sure, yeah, use our house. We would have preferred to be there so that way we could spend time with you, but, you know, whatever, it's fine. Just...
Get fucked. We're leaving. We're coming to your house. You're not there.
Mm-hmm. So we go over there. My father said that it could potentially be up to normally I don't take my whole computer over there because, you know, we're usually there for like a day, maybe 2 at most. But Dad was like, hey, it might be a week until it's fixed. It ended up being 6
4
days.
days. 6 days.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because we left on Wednesday and got back Tuesday, so 6 days. And so spent my time there. For some reason I was extremely anxious, attempting to masturbate. Like, I don't know what it was. Like,
Outside of your familiar setting, general anxiety.
yeah, basically that. Like, I was behind 2 locked doors and that wasn't enough, so I essentially just like, fucking, I'm not doing it.
Fucking 2 locked doors prevent you from doing it? Man, you're a pussy.
2 locked doors? What kind of fucking room did you have?
Like,
He had 2 locked doors between him and the next person. He was like, nah, I can't masturbate. Fuck you, dude.
I don't know why I was so anxious about it. Like, I would have been perfectly
Fuck
safe.
you, dude.
I could have even
Fuck
just
you,
turned
dude.
on the shower as well. Like, okay, so how the room was set up was that,
The room has a lock and the bathroom door has a lock?
Yep.
Nice.
essentially that. So I could have just, you know, turned on the shower and then done it like that, but like, I was just too anxious, I guess.
Ask your dad for tips. We talked about that? We didn't talk about that, did we?
I don't think we did. So
I made like 5 seconds. Okay.
So my dad was so we
I'm
got
issues with
we got a
internet.
new so with our new air conditioning, we got like a new like Wi-Fi fan up in the attic, and to connect to that, you have to go to your Wi-Fi settings on your phone and, you know, connect to it there. And so my dad was like, "Hey, the internet's not working. Can you come check on my phone to make sure it works?" And I was like, "Okay, sure." So he gives me his phone, and I'm like, I'm gonna check and make sure that the internet's not actually working on it, and, you know, that he just didn't, you know, fuck up. Turns out that despite clearing what was in his search bar on Safari, it didn't actually. And so when I opened up the search bar on Safari, it was like in first time teen porn. I, of course, do not confront him about this because, you know, that's his
Couldn't find the
business
word
or
for it.
whatnot. But I go to the settings, I switch it back. All right, here you go, Dad.
You know what you should have done? You should have walked up to him and told him the term is virgin, and then watch him. Like, next time you see him, go ahead and tell him that.
That's too weird, Chris.
No, yeah, but that makes it all
No.
much better.
Just
No,
out
no,
of, just
no,
out
no,
of the
no,
blue, I walk up behind him.
Better
term's
incept
virgin.
the idea into his mind. What is that? Do we have any like extra virgin olive oil?
Like, the term you're looking for is virgin, and then he looks.
Oh,
at
did you hear
and
this
he's like,
food? This guacamole was made by Tommy on avocados by virgin farmers. Stuff like that. I couldn't find anything else with virgin. Okay.
It's really just extra virgin.
The olive oil. The olive oil is the
Like, hey, Dad, want some extra virgin? Wink, wink, olive oil. Hey, Dad, I got some more extra virgin. Wink, wink, olive oil.
No, what do you say? Here's the. Can you get me some extra virgin? And just stare. Olive oil.
You're straight at him.
Lock eyes with him. Assert dominance. Can you get me?
T-pose.
Can you get me some extra virgin?
Olive oil.
There it is. Okay,
There you go.
it's about 7 seconds. I got
Then-
the timing down.
Do that for 3 weeks, and eventually it'll seep into his mind.
Mm-hmm. Then he'll be like, "Son, did you happen to see something on my phone?"
You'll be like, no.
It's not weird. It's not weird if he brings it up.
Exactly. That's the perfect. All right, I'm doing that. I will see if it works. If after 3 weeks it does not work, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I don't know how many times you're gonna be able to naturally bring up extroversion.
I don't know. We have pasta pretty often, so I guess then.
Yeah, you do tend to use that.
But okay, it sounds great in theory. But did you think about the consequences of this, and if it does or does not work?
Okay, so the consequences of this is that we have an awkward conversation. That's about it.
Yep.
What a consequence.
And your parents' like child dynamic is forever shifted.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm really disappointed in him though. It's so easy to get to in private browsing on a Safari phone. Unlike an iPhone. You open Safari, you press the fucking thing, and then right there on the bottom left, there's private. You just push that. Boom. All the fucking safety things you need. Nobody can find out because that stuff gets deleted immediately.
Yep.
Fucking, that's...
Wait, but your story changed, though. What?
What?
When you originally told this story, you said it auto-completed what he searched, and now...
Yeah, he was not using private. I'm disappointed in him
Like-
for that.
No, but like you
What he's saying is because he didn't do it in private, it auto completed the fucking thing.
Right.
But I'm wondering why he left the other stuff. Like, or what? Like, okay, so like, yeah. So in this edition, you said that you looked at the search bar and it was he was trying to look for porn. But in the original edition, you said that it auto completes what he was searching for when the internet comes back, and it turns out he was searching for porn. Nick, what the fuck? Why are your stories always wildly inconsistent?
I don't know,
Uh,
man.
Oh,
I'm remembering it wrong or something. I don't know.
Or it never happened to begin with.
Really, nothing happens on the internet.
It really doesn't, or in real life.
Yeah.
It's all just your perception of what's happening, and who can really say if it's true?
I mean, really, we're all just figments of our own imagination and our own consciousness. Is really just
No, we are the only things that we can understand are actually real.
No, not actually.
Maybe not actually, but it's the greatest inclination we have.
Yeah, but that greatest inclination
It's a
is still...
semi-interesting thing to do in the story.
What, the porn thing?
No, my real one.
Oh.
Huh.
Do I exist? Should I exist? What do I?
It's a great pastime.
Really not.
Great with friends and family.
Really, once you start thinking about the metaphysical bullshit of things, you realize that everything is futile.
Define metaphysical.
Fucking your body being an out-of-body experience, essentially. Fucking the occultic 9 symptom.
Oh, good. Setting a Celtic 9.
Yep. Whenever there's like some bullshit, I'm just gonna reference occultic 9. Like, yeah, the occultic 9 thing. Just go with that. It's gonna be great.
Nick, my snow cone machine isn't working.
Fucking occultic 9. That shit. Because really, that refers,
Wow, that was elegant.
that refers to a lot of things actually. Because it could be like the Poyo gun, or it could be like the resonance
Poyo
thing, or it could be like the fucking turn into a ghost shit.
Come back to life.
Yeah. If I can bring back the ghost of a different person who knows how to fix the snow cone machine, it's easy.
Why is the snow cone machine important?
Really, if I just reference occultic 9 for everything, it's a perfect outcome. Foolproof plan.
No one else watched it.
Ian did.
watched it.
Oh, look at this reference I get. Haha.
No, dude. Ian did, but you know he's never here, so. Plus, he's just a guest. Suppose.
He is just a guest. And he didn't even show up to this episode. Guess I'll have to reset his fucking count.
Oh, yeah.
I gave him one last time. He stayed mostly until the end. We were basically done. And he fucked it up and decided he didn't want to be a fucking member.
He supposedly has work at 6 a.m., so he'll likely be waking up in about an hour, maybe 2.
What are you fucking talking about?
What?
Bro, he took a 3-hour nap.
He'll probably sleep till like fucking 5:30.
I mean, that depends on how long it takes him to get ready.
Yes, it does. Why would he take 3 hours?
3? What?
It would take 2 to 3 hours to get ready.
Like, and I said an hour or 2. It's about to be 3, so that goes to 4. So potentially 2 hours to get ready. He has to make food sometimes. He has to fucking take care of his
He does that in
cats.
advance.
Fucking the advance would be this morning then.
What?
What?
That's not how that works.
What do you mean that's not how that works? If he has to,
He does that shit in advance. Oh, that means he did it. He's doing it. Okay.
that mean like you never said when the advance has to be. Like in advance of what?
Oh my god.
In advance of eating it, sure. Then he makes it in the morning, and then when he gets home for lunch or dinner or whatever, it's ready. It's made in advance.
Oh, good god, Nick. You're a unique individual.
Fucking just because you say, oh, he has to make it in advance. Well, then when is he making it then?
You've known the fucker as long as I have. What do you think?
Yeah, but we don't talk about food.
Like he,
Oh my god.
like he says he makes it in advance, but when does that making actually occur? It could be happening, when he wakes up before work, or
It could.
be
You know what,
after,
you're right.
or it could be after work after he's all tired out from
I
the
bet
day's
so.
work.
That's probably.
Long day,
Yep.
He can't even play games with us because it's too taxing. That's how tired he is after work.
Let's end
So
the
he probably does it
podcast. You guys
before
can
work.
play Final Fantasy. Shut up,
Mhm.
Nick.
Thanks for going to sleep.
You actually gonna go to bed though?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Fucking.
What do you mean start playing? I've been playing Final Fantasy this whole fucking time.
Mm.
Or at least halfway through the anime homework.
I woke up at like 11 or something, so I'm still good to go. AM, by the way, not PM.
Is that the end of your week?
Oh god, no.
Nick, what else do you have? You don't even go outside.
Fucking, I do go outside to walk and such. Fucking. Oh, apparently, well, not today anymore, but yesterday was National Chicken Finger Day, or some shit like that.
Oh, chicken tendies.
Yeah. Like, and me and my mother, not knowing this, went to Cane's, fucking, for dinner, because we're out of food at home, and we didn't want to go to the grocery store.
Also weren't too lazy to just Uber.
Right.
Uber's fucking so much more expensive.
I mean, yeah, now that they're fucking
is, yeah,
actually
they-
trying to make money, instead of just getting a market share.
I mean, Uber Eats is always more expensive.
Oh, you're talking
Yeah.
specifically the eats, not just Ubering somewhere.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Like, fucking...
It's essentially not worth it, except, keep off.
Like, I'm within walking distance of a supermarket, which has, like... You can get, like, 2 pounds of food for, like, $4. And so, if I ever don't have...
Okay, but I can get 2 pounds of a lot of food.
No, like, but this is, like,
That's
hot
good food.
food. Like, fucking chicken fingers and french fries. Like, the good stuff.
Oh, deli food, so they're kind of average.
Yeah.
Average food. It's okay. It's good if you happen to be at the supermarket and you're hungry, but if you're looking for something a bit better, you might as well take the effort to go somewhere.
But fucking, that stuff can last me, like, 3 meals. It's like $1.33 for a meal. That's pretty good value.
Fuck that. I eat as much as I want. Food, please feed. What's
the point of that?
On this 3 people? Eating it all.
Basically, I'm in walking distance of a supermarket, so I can get
Okay, so where are you going with this, Nick?
fucking, I don't know, or right,
National Chicken Finger Day.
right, we didn't know it was Chicken Finger Day. We go there, hey, you can get a free chicken finger. I'm like, oh, hey, I want a free chicken finger. You want a free chicken finger, Mom? Yeah, she wants a free chicken finger. We get 2 free chicken fingers. But she's full after 2 free chicken fingers, so I just have food. And so...
Is it still in the fridge so you can eat it later, so that way you can skim on the meal money?
No, I ate it all there.
So that you can eventually stockpile money for Dragalia.
Fucking no. I have like 27,000 Wormite right now. That's the currency in there.
Marmite?
Wormite.
That's their premium currency.
No, the premium currency diamantium.
Oh.
Fucking, it's like
Hard to obtainium.
fucking. Anyway, fucking, Warmite's plentiful right now, so I don't need to. Fucking, was still free to play in Heroes, by the way.
And how competitive was it?
Competitive?
Not very.
What's the competitive in reference to?
Being free to play in a freedom without the ability to grind to make your
How
unit.
high'd you place, asshole?
Oh, fucking, during their, I've gotten
During his heyday, he went to TO19.
I've gotten top 12 in the voting gauntlet.
That's not competitive. That just means you put in more time.
I mean,
You managed to time it right.
I mean that's how you competed in voting gauntlet by
In
timing.
the
it.
voting gauntlet?
Yeah.
How about just the general arena?
Fucking arena, I never went up to like 20 or whatever. It was too much of a pain in the ass to try and like actually care about it. Same with arena assault. Like,
It's because eventually you hit the wall of these guys are spending tons to make plus 10 units, and
Yeah.
I don't have enough plus 10 units.
like I was
Also, the whole bullshit of you need a cheerleader. You need 3 cheerleader units and 1 unit. Hopefully, can take everything.
I was top 3,000 for the first 4 weeks of Ether raids, but then we got to tier 20, and I wasn't able to keep up anymore because I didn't fucking invest enough. So eventually, you drop out of them because you don't spend enough, which sucks. Luckily, fucking Dragalia doesn't have that problem. So I'm in a better place now. It's more fun that way.
You can spend time instead to grind and make your units better. Technically speaking, the units that will be released are probably statistically better, but they're not that much statistically better that you're forced to buy them.
Mm-hmm.
They will not devalue what you've already done.
Why would they even want to, Chris? Such a bad move. Not actually, though.
Because you face the issue of either doing it too slow or doing it too fast. Yours went a bit too fast for what they were doing. It's making them buttloads of money. But it's pretty stagnant though.
I started watching Boruto again, and then realized I had no idea where in the story of Boruto I was, and that prompted me to look up where the last arc was, and that's like, or where the last arc started.
How far is Boruto along now?
Fucking Boruto is up to episode 118.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's
How much of that is filler?
I mean all of it technically.
No, it's a different story. It's about Boruto. He's the son of Naruto.
It's a different story.
He's technically a character. Naruto exists, but
if we count the, it's hard to say really because
There's a joke.
it depends on what you count as filler, I guess. Because there's like no, I don't think there's a Boruto manga it's based on.
There is.
There is? Okay.
Surprised me.
Fucking,
Wouldn't
if
surprise
I
me.
were to guess, probably some of the school.
There is a definition of filler that doesn't rely upon it following a coherent manga fucking plot line.
Just
Is
something
there a
that doesn't progress
contrived?
the
Is there a
story.
contrived side story like they go to the and stick around?
Or they have to find a fucking bug that can track Sasuke's scent, but Naruto farts on it, and then it doesn't work.
I mean, there's a bunch of OVAs, quote unquote, essentially. So those would count as filler.
That fucking story exists, by the way.
Really though?
It does.
They had to come
What?
up with
What?
They had to come up with 50 episodes between 130 and 180.
There's an episode in original Naruto. Well, not it's a fucking arc in original Naruto, where it's like they have to find this bug that has super good smell, but it imprints on
Oh,
whatever smell
with,
when it's born. Naruto farts on it.
Yeah, with Hinata and fucking
No.
Fucking
It's
dog
not
boy. Kiba.
No.
Yes, that actually happens.
No, but no, that's not fucking happen.
Kiba gets super pissed off. It's great.
Yeah,
No.
it's like after Tsunade,
Fucking no, dude. No, it's not
Excuse me.
fucking. That's,
I mean, it's
who the
during
fuck
that,
thought
like...
that was a good idea.
I mean, it's during
The
that...
same
like,
person who thought talking animals was a good idea.
What? You don't like Paku?
Talking animals are cool, but fucking
No,
farting on it.
there's an arc about it.
What, with the ninja ostrich?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But, you know, that happens during, like, the 50 episode period, like, after fucking the Naruto-Sasuke fight. That's just all
Besides,
filler, just waiting for
Podcast
Shippuden to go
on the
forward.
first, third, fifth.
So yeah, I started watching it again, got discouraged because I didn't know where I was and didn't want to have to start back where the arc started, so I stopped watching it.
Cool.
Tried to find where I could start, couldn't find a place to start. Cried inside.
That's about right. Fucking... Here's a link to a decent song that I've been listening to.
Didn't ask.
Uh,
Also, don't recognize that link at all.
This is for the podcast viewers. Fucking, this was the only place I could actually find the song, like, in full.
Then it's probably pretty seedy.
I don't know, I use fucking ad block. So I wouldn't know. It's by Dowco. Hey, at Dowco, you've probably heard that name before. Yes.
You mean that word?
It's also her name. But yes, you've probably heard of Dowco before. Where have you heard that before in this podcast? Well, I've mentioned it when talking about Dragalia Lost, because they basically use her music for that game.
Wow.
Like,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure all of the tracks are Dowco. And it's great. We got bangers like Oide Oide and Cinderella's Step
And Please Kill Me.
and Dragon Worm Showdown. It's
Hey, Nick,
yeah.
how's that music thing? How much music have you got last time you mentioned?
Oh.
And then we all fucking clocked out because he's gonna be here.
Well, we have Code Lyoko, WITCH, Marion Waven, we are WITCH, we have Gundam Build Fighters, Kirara Song, we have Gundam Build Fighters, The Crimson Comet, 3 times the Passion of Ordinary Flamenco, we have...
You've already mentioned that one before.
We
You
have
don't get to do
mention it again.
do-overs because you just downloaded a different version.
Fucking, we have...
But he hasn't mentioned.
We have the...
He did mention it.
Yeah, but he mentioned it not in
No,
naming what he's got.
Podcasts ago.
No,
when we were, like, after Build Fighters, he mentioned he downloaded that song.
Yeah, but that was just like after Build
No, I
Fighters.
hadn't actually downloaded the song at that point.
You said you did.
I did not.
Mm.
I may have been listening to it, but had not actually downloaded it yet.
Sure.
But anyway, then we have Il Vento Doro, we have Ore-sama, we have Kazoni Preferetti, we have Fallen, which is the Psychopass 2 Ending 1, we have 2 Sonochino Saname covers, one by Elisa and one by Shoko Nogawa. Then we have, God damn it. Then we have, Fighting Gold, along with Fighting Gold Eurobeat Remix and Fighting Gold Coda X Taiga.
Fucking Eurobeat.
Then we have the Meiji Tokyo Renka opening in instrumental version and regular rap form. Then we have the 2 Konosuba openings being Tomorrow and Fantastic Dreamer. Then we have the song for the Chika Fujiwara dance. What? Then we also have This Will Be the Fighting Gold, a remix between This Will Be
That was
the
a weird
Day
thing.
and Fighting Gold. Then we have
Dance existed in episode 3 and literally nowhere else.
Mm.
It was just a random ending.
Then we have Trader's Requiem regular sung by Taiga, and then the Japanese English version. Then we have the Dragon Ball Super fucking OST Ultimate Battle. Kachidaze, that one. Then we have One Piece Binks Sake. Then we have the Blend S full opening. Then we have Kirihaki Roleplay Star and Gracie Star. Then we have the Naruto ending theme Wind. We also have the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure opening Chase. Then we have the Dragon Ball Z Kai opening Don't Stop, we're in luck now. Don't stop, there's so much to be found. We can find paradise, all we have to do is go, free your soul. Then we have a Daoko song. It's in Japanese, so I think it's Fireworks. Yeah, that's the one it was. Then we have
can't speak moon.
Then we have the fighting themes for Jotaro, Giorno, and fucking Josuke. Like their main theme for when they're about to do a beatdown. Then we have Bucciarati's theme, Fierce Fight. We also have Nella Cerniera. We also have fucking Macross September Delta, and also When the Moon Sparkles in September. Then we also have Enigma, Modern Crusaders. That's another JoJo song, by the way. It's a JoJo ending. Which, by the way, in like 7 or 10 hours or so, sometime today, last episode of Golden Wind comes out. That's going to be good. It's an hour-long special.
Oh, goody.
Then we also have the second opening for Death Note. And finally, a fan-made version, or a fan-made fucking Jolene theme song. Like, in the vein of the other, like, Joestars, like, main themes. And then we also have let's see. Then we have Maria Takeuchi, Shiwase no Mananashi, and then Plastic Love, and then we have Promise Get Down by Hirose Komi.
You've literally mentioned some of these before. What are you doing? You're just going through a list and you don't know which ones were the most recent?
I had not downloaded those at the time.
Can we just fucking stop?
I was listening to them, but I hadn't downloaded them.
Well, I told you we are gonna be here for a while. You gotta keep going forever.
Then we got
podcast never ends.
Then we have
right. So we're done with the podcast.
Then we have Running in the 90s, but every other beat is missing. Then we have Brain Power, but every other beat happens twice. But then we also have fucking Open Up Your Eyes.
You have until I finish this fucking mission.
I think that was the last one. Oh wait, no, no, because I have the Dragalia Lost OST. Fucking,
you just said it. You're done.
Yeah, right. That's enough there. I already mentioned Xenoblade in a past podcast.
Xenoblade first one. And you download X because you like X.
Both actually. They're both good.
When are you gonna get a Switch?
I don't know.
Got a lot of shit now.
Yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Smash. Can we now have a Fire Emblem?
Mm-hmm.
Just released.
Fucking probably sometime around Christmas or Jew Christmas.
It's weird to go into a game knowing like mostly anything about the game.
Not knowing or knowing?
Like I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I know literally almost the game. Like, okay, so we have the 3 houses. Each of the houses has like has like their own people in it. So like, you know, you choose one house, you only get these fuckers, and the other people are part of the other team, I guess. And then there's like a time skip in the middle. That's like all I fucking know. I'm like, okay.
I mean, they got to make the babbies somehow.
There's baddies somewhere. I don't fucking know.
Fucking apparently the males can't be gay together.
Oh no!
I
mean, I think
It's
think I read that they also took out the children mechanic, which is kind of a godsend.
really?
Like, it's cool and all that. Oh, look, the other person, they made a child, but it also slowed down because you're like, okay, I have to go get the child, and now I have to train the child too, and watch the child interact with everybody. It slowed the game down.
I want this unit to inherit Gale Force, so I have to get Gale Force on the main unit, and any unit that can't get Gale Force is automatically less worthwhile.
Is Gale Force still good though? I think they nerfed it enough.
I don't remember if they nerfed it or not.
No, they did.
I know
nerf
they
it.
did, but I just don't know by how much. But fucking whatever the most OP skill is, you'll want that to be inherited, so that way that unit can have it no matter what class they are. Or what gender.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Thank y'all for watching, Spy.